From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey, I'm Shawn Mendes.
This is Selena Gomez.
Drizzy Drake.
Taylor Swift.
Post Malone.
Camila Cabello.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Right here. Turn up.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
I can feel
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. Roz and Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
$20,000. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that?
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Powered by Air Transat.
Rub it on my face.
It has been a hot minute since we played Rub It On My Face.
All right, how Rub It On My Face works, and it's become like an annual tradition around the holidays. We started this years ago, which is Damnit Maurie will be blindfolded. He'll have nose plugs on so he can't smell anything to give him clues or to tip him off.
Right.
He will have headphones of solitude on, which are pumping music into his headphones so you and I can talk and he cannot hear us.
Right.
With me, I have my tickle trunk. I have my bag.
Yeah. Bag of tings.
My bag of tings. And I will reach into that bag of tings and I will begin to pull tings out.
Yeah.
And once we pull them out, we're going to rub the mystery objects on Maury's face, and then he will then do his best to guess what we are rubbing on his face.
Just for those that love this, should we recap how I've done over the years?
0.
Okay.
There you go.
You've
Recap
won,
done.
You've won nothing. You've won nothing.
All right.
Okay.
So, Damnit Maurie, let's get this started.
You got your headphones on, headphones of solitude, please, Maury. What can you hear, Maury? Can't hear anything. Okay, good. So, okay.
You know what would be hilarious?
What's that?
If you and I just got up and left right now, you would have no idea.
You'd like fall asleep and stuff.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
The mystery item is...
So the first item, Mocha, is not actually from the bag of tings.
Okay.
The first item is going to be this, which is the Band-Aid that I've been wearing in my armpit all morning.
Oh my God, I can't believe. No, are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, why do you need a Band-Aid there?
I didn't. I just put it there because...
Oh, you didn't like cut yourself?
No. Okay. Okay, so this is the Band-Aid that I've been wearing in my armpit all morning.
Okay.
Okay.
This is going to sound really weird.
Yes, sir.
But just because I'm so curious.
Yes.
Let me smell it.
You want to?
Is there any hair on it?
Yeah. Oh, it's full of hair. Okay, here, I'll hand it to you.
Oh, there's a really long hair right there. Oh! No. It kind of stinks. No offense.
Yeah, okay, no problem. It was in my armpit. Okay, Damnit Maurie. There we go. Damnit Maurie, please. Headphones of solitude off. Okay, Damnit Maurie, we're going to start with mystery item number 1. I'm going to rub this on your face. You do your best to describe how it feels.
Okay.
And then when you're ready to give a guess, you give a guess, okay?
Yes.
Okay, here is mystery item number 1, Maurie.
Oh, right next to the mouth.
Oh, it's feathery. It's feathery. Feathery with a slight coolness. I am totally going with feather. Like, it's easy. Feather.
So
you gave me an easy one.
Oh
feather.
my God.
You're going with feather.
Like a
Oh, it's all up on your lips.
like any old feather, like a bird's feather.
Okay.
Done.
Okay, done. Maurie, take your glasses off.
Oh my God, it's a bandage.
Okay, so I put this on in my armpit first thing this morning.
Why would you
And I've
need
been
that?
wearing it all day. I didn't need to wear it. I just needed a place to keep it.
Oh my God.
So I don't know if you can see that hair.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Do you know that thing that like tickled your mouth and like felt real good?
The feathery feeling.
That's the hair.
That's nasty. Oh, so gross.
Word of advice, Maurie, don't smell it.
Oh, jeez.
Are you
okay,
ready?
Maurie, headphones of solitude back on, please.
Yep.
The mystery item is...
What do you have there?
This is a peanut butter sandwich. A peanut butter sandwich.
Okay. Why peanut butter sandwich?
Because we're going to see if you can guess it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, duh. Rub it on my face.
Okay.
Oh, man, that looks delicious.
Okay.
Oh, look at all that peanut butter, bro. Sorry.
So again, the mystery item, here we go, is a peanut butter sandwich.
That looks tick.
Okay.
Oh my God, look at that.
There we go. Damnit Maurie, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so mystery item number 2, Maurie. Mystery item number 2.
All right.
You're going to rub this on your face. You do your best to describe how it feels. When you have a guess ready, please guess the item.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. I'm now rubbing it.
Oh, it's
on
very
Maury's
smooth
face.
and silky.
Yeah.
It's like almost skin-like.
Almost skin-like.
Like as though you're like rubbing your arm against me, but I know that's not the item. But it's not wet.
It's not wet.
It's not wet.
Is it dry?
It's dry. I almost want to say like beef tongue.
Beef tongue.
Now, does it feel good?
It feels great. It's almost smooth. It's very welcoming.
Yeah.
It's very.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I would say smooth and very welcoming are two very
I'm
good
going
ways
with-
to describe this.
I would go with. Oh, you know what?
Yeah, Maury.
Beef tongue.
Okay. Maury, take off your blindfold.
It's literally a peanut butter sandwich. Can I eat it?
No, you have peanut butter all over your face, though. Ew.
You know the hairy Band-Aid was there, right? Okay, hold on. Listen. We have more items
Yes,
in the
we
bag
do.
of things in the
Lots.
Tickle Truck.
I ate Band-Aids.
So here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to play a song, and
Okay.
when we come back, we'll
Yes.
continue with Rub It On My Face, okay?
Good, yeah.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
Rub it on my face.
Yes! All right, as we continue, Rub It On My Face. A Roz and Mocha original game, by the way.
Yes. So far, the things that we have rubbed on Maury's face that he has not correctly identified were a Band-Aid that I wore on my armpit all morning.
Yeah, and it had like little hairs on them.
Yeah, which he said felt nice on his lips, though.
That's so gross.
Okay, and then the most recent item was a peanut butter sandwich. Maury's face is still covered, by the way, in peanut butter.
It smells wonderful.
It smells wonderful. Yeah, it does. Okay, Maury, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, blindfold back on, headphones of solitude back on,
Nose plugs back in.
nose plugs back in. I have so many tings in my bag of tings.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
The mystery item is...
You know one of those cool gloves that you get to pet to pet your dog or your cat?
Yeah.
And it has like the rubber little stickies all over it, and it pulls out all the hair from your pet, and they love it. So this is a pet glove covered in all 3 of my cat's hair.
3 cat hair.
It's a 3 cat hair glove. Okay? So it's a 3 cat hair glove. Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, damn it, Maury. I'm going to rub it on your face, and you do your best to describe what it is I'm rubbing on your face. Are you
Okay,
ready?
yes, of course. Oh, wow, that's coarse.
That's what?
Very coarse.
That's coarse.
Oh, wow. Okay, it's like almost fluffy but rough.
Okay.
Fluffy but rough. Like
Yeah.
like an angry teddy bear.
Like an angry teddy bear.
Like you feel like little hairs and stuff, but then there's also like bristly parts.
But
Does it feel nice or does
No, it does not.
No, it doesn't feel nice.
It doesn't
Okay.
feel nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Do you want to do your best? Do you want to do your best to guess, Maury, right now? You want to do your best?
What do you think it is?
Can I say angry puppet?
Yeah, you can say angry puppet for sure. You can.
Okay, angry puppet.
Okay, take your things off.
Oh dear God, I don't even know what that is. It's a glove with like some sort of bristly hand.
What they do is they sell these, and then you rub your pet with them, and then
What's on my face? What is this?
What's that? That's probably from Pickles. That's from Moo Moo, and the one on your chin is definitely
What's
from
the one in
Fig.
my mouth?
Yeah,
That's from the Band-Aid.
that's from the Band-Aid. So it's a glove, Maury, that you wipe down your pet with. Okay, we got one more. We got one more. Okay, we got one more.
Okay, headphones, blindfold.
I should have shaved last night.
No. That nose plug back in, Maury.
Okay, Maury.
The mystery item is...
A boiled sausage. The mystery item again is a boiled sausage.
Oh, God. That looks so gross.
A boiled sausage. Okay. Maury, headphones off, please. So, Maury, final item here that we're going to rub on your face. You do your best to describe how it feels. And then also, when you have a guess when you're ready, please just let us have it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Here we go, Maury.
Oh, it's warm and wet and slimy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you like it?
It's not bad.
Yeah. Does it feel familiar?
Like, can it be like a? Oh no, it is wet because it's in my ear. It's wet because it's in my ear. Oh wow, what is that? Oh yeah, do that. Now slap it some more.
Does it, like,
it's not familiar.
No? Do you have any idea, Maury?
I need it rubbed a bit more.
Okay, do you have any idea?
Okay.
Do you have any idea what that is?
Don't rub it on my lips, though.
Okay. I'm going to put a little peanut butter on the end of it. Okay. Maury, any idea?
Yeah, I want to say, can I say hot dog?
Yeah, you can.
Hot dog it is.
Okay, Maury, blindfold off. No, it's a boiled sausage.
Ew!
With peanut butter on it.
With peanut butter!
In all fairness, the peanut butter was already there. I just rubbed the end of it in it.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you play Rub It On My Face.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Somebody posted a picture on Reddit, and this story is out in Vancouver. Shout out to Vancouver, by the way. We love everybody out there in Vancouver. Kiss Radio in Vancouver airs the Roz and Mocha Show. So what's up to everybody out there? But I don't know whether or not to believe this. It's a picture that somebody took. And it's like a letter that was on the wall, I assume in an apartment building or condo complex, like in the lobby or maybe parking garage, right? And the letter simply reads this: to the two gentlemen I cut off at the parkade entrance this morning, I truly apologize. I was very distracted with a gazillion things on my mind, but there's absolutely no excuse for my behavior. I drove away angry at myself, and I really didn't know what I was thinking. It was stupid and uncivilized. Please accept my sincere apology. Because that never happens.
No.
And I don't know whether or not to believe this, because it's such a nice thing to do, but I don't know if people... And maybe people in Vancouver are that nice. I don't know. Or this situation, it bothered that one person so much that they felt the need to post this.
I get that.
This letter.
I get it. I get the idea of being haunted by something that you've done in your day to where it then goes on to ruin your day more than the thing that you were initially pissed off about.
Right.
I get that. I get that feeling. Like I've had bad days, but then the thing that I think about the most during the day is the fact that I walked by somebody in the hall and they were like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I went, "Not much." You know what I mean? Like how are you? Not much.
The guy that's in Martin's that I go to every morning, there's one
like
morning.
I want to go find that guy again and then just repeat that conversation. How are you? And then he'll go, "Great." And I'm like, "Cool, now it's fixed."
There's one day, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, where he was like, "All right, Mocha, have a good day." And I wanted to say, like in my mind, I was going to be like, "All right, you too, buddy." Right?
Yeah.
But then out of my mouth, I was feeling to say, "You too, dude."
Yeah.
But I called him a bajood.
Yeah, and drove
but
away.
as I was driving away, I was like, "All right, you too, bajood."
Yeah.
I'm trying to leave, and I'm on the highway, and that's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy's going to think like I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I was on
Later,
the phone
bajood.
the other day with somebody from the gas company. And I had just been like talking to Catherine, and I don't talk to people on the phone, right, that often. Like I talked to Catherine, and like maybe that's it on the phone. And I was on the phone with this woman, and she was helping me out with my gas stuff. And then she's like, is that everything, Mr. Weston? I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Yep, that's everything. She's like, okay then, bye-bye. And I was like, all right, love ya. and she hung up. And I know that there's no way to get the gas lady back on the phone.
No.
Right? So she will forever now think that she talked to me and I ended the conversation with love you. So I get being haunted and trying to fix the stupid thing that's haunting you. So I get this note. I really do get it. Because I almost went around to all the I don't even know what you call it. Hydro One offices or whatever the hell it was.
I didn't mean it!
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, it's Roz and Mocha. What's your name?
It's Krista.
How you doing, Krista?
Hello, Krista.
Good. How are you?
Good. Krista sent us a text last night, Roz.
Okay.
And it says here, was thinking about Roz while I was taking a bath.
Come on now, because I'm dirty? Because I don't wash my hair?
No, mostly because I was thinking as I was sitting in the tub, how my chest itself sits out of the tub as well. I was thinking about you in your fetal position.
Yeah.
We should talk about that.
Wait, what happened? Your what sticks out of the tub?
My chest. Like,
Your
it's not
chest.
deep enough for...
Oh, okay.
So are you a tall gal?
No, not at all. Like 5'3".
5'3".
okay.
So why does your chest stick up out of the tub?
I don't know. My tub sucks.
Oh, wow. You must have a
small
really...
ass tub, huh?
You're fine. Are you like a small tub or big chest?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Both.
Okay. Because for me, it really doesn't matter the size of tub because I look like I don't even know. Like, you know when you're packing up leftovers, right? And you try and put too much pasta into a Tupperware container.
And the worst. And you can't even close the lid.
No, that's me in a bathtub, right? I'm too much pasta in a Tupperware container. Like, it's impossible for me to submerge myself in a bathtub unless I sit at the very front of the bathtub and sit cross-legged, right? Like I'm meditating.
Like I'm meditating. Knees to be sticking up,
and then
though,
I just lie back.
But nothing is like fully submerged.
Nothing is fully submerged.
Right?
My knees are sticking up out of the water. Sometimes if I want to get my chest nice and warm, I have to take my feet out of the tub and put them on the wall at the end of the tub. Like
but then your legs get cold.
But then my legs get cold, and then I have to switch it. So yeah, no, getting in and out of a tub is not sexy for me. So you're in the tub last night, and what happened?
I was just either I had to like slide down so that my chest was covered, or I would have to sit up and then it wasn't. And I was trying to relax my back, but that wasn't working. So. Oh no! So you're trying to take a relaxing bath. Meanwhile, you're just like super stressed out.
No.
Yeah, and the drain was going, and I was like,
"Oh no!
I might as well not just have a bath. I might as well just be like Roz and say, screw this. I'm not doing it."
Oh no! So what'd you do? Then just like hop in the shower?
I just got out, and I was like, all right, time for bed.
Oh damn!
Yeah, exactly. It's the worst. It's just the worst. I know, because every now and then I'll do something where I get sore or I have a long day, whatever. And Catherine's like, "Let me run you a bath." And the moment she says, "Let me run you a bath," the amount of stress that I'm feeling at that point gets like heightened by 5%.
So it's not even worth it.
Oh, it stresses me out so much. Just the idea. And then I get worried that she's going to see me getting in and out of the bath, which is the least sexy thing that anybody could ever see in your life.
Yeah.
Me swinging one leg over, backwards, like bracing myself because I don't have great balance, right? So I have to hold on to a bunch of different things. I got to lean over the tub and brace with my hands. So I'm nude, right? Here's my thing. This is how I get into the tub, okay? So I don't fall and kill myself. So I stand with my facing the tub. Okay. And then I bend over and I lean and I put my hands out and I lean against the wall. So as if I'm leaning against the wall and a cop is patting me down.
Okay, but you're naked.
But I'm naked.
Yeah.
Okay. And then while I'm leaned over like this, I take one leg and I swing it in.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I start to squat as I run my right hand down the wall. And as I'm almost in a squatted position, I then take my left hand, brace it on the other side of the tub, and introduce my left foot into the water. And then I squat down and I put my butt in the water because you have to gauge the temperature, right? So I'm squatting in the water to gauge the temperature. And then eventually I submerge and I sit there and I hold my knees to my chest like I'm freezing cold. And then I eventually lie down.
Wow, Catherine must be so turned on when she sees that. Hey, Krista, thanks so much for the text last night. We appreciate it.
No problem, guys.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You got to go to airtransat.com right now because you can discover Transat's family collection of hotels in 9 sun destinations.
Yeah, this collection features hotels offering special perks such as solo parent options, which I know is really important to a lot of people. Extended kids club hours, so parents can enjoy romantic dinners on the beach. You can just sort of, like, you take your kid just down the little path. It's fully supervised. They got ping pong, movies, all the stuff in there. Well, you can go and be adults for one evening on your vacation.
Plus, one of the great things about these resorts is that they let kids stay and eat for free.
Yes.
Plus, when you're traveling with Air Transat, they have that kids club that we talk about so much because it's awesome. And for kids aged 2 to 11, it's absolutely free. It makes flying with kids so much easier, and it helps alleviate some of that stress that you have when traveling.
Yeah, because when you get to the airport, there's a dedicated family check-in counter. There's priority boarding, even in like economy. Like, you don't even have to be flying business. You get priority boarding if your kids are in Kids Club.
Go to airtransat.com for all the info.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
I've always wanted to do a list of, and this can be an ongoing thing, to find out who has the worst job in the city.
Oh, wow.
If you think that you have the worst job in the city, you can text us. We're going to get it going here. And I don't even know where this is from. But if you think that you have the worst job in the city, feel free to text us. And then what we'll do is we'll just, over time, we're just going to rank them, right?
Sure.
We'll come up with who is the current number one. And then in a week from now, if somebody says, hey, I think I got a worse job than that person, and then we may shuffle. We'll just
925-555, by the way, to text.
And what got me thinking was this, right?
Do you have to write anything down?
No.
Okay.
No. So somebody posted this on Reddit, and it was a note posted to the door of the bathroom at the place where they work.
Okay.
And the note simply reads this: if in the bathroom for more than 10 minutes, a smell check will be completed to ensure employee is not sitting there on the phone. If it does not stink, employee's name will be reported to the office.
You can't do that.
So if somebody goes in the bathroom and they're in there for longer than 10 minutes, somebody goes in to make sure they were actually going number 2. Otherwise, they get accused of taking an unsanctioned break, sitting on their phone, and then they get reported.
Yeah, but sometimes when I go to the bathroom,
Yeah?
it doesn't stink.
Oh, really? Yours doesn't stink?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
It stinks.
So,
But there are times where I've gone and like there's no smell.
well, then you're reported. Okay, but also if you can do that in under 10 minutes, then you're fine.
Yeah.
It's if you're in there for 10 minutes or longer, then somebody goes in once you exit to do a smell test to make sure that you are actually going number 2.
Okay.
Okay, so
I have a question.
Here's my thing, right? It's not the person who works at this company that I would say has the worst job. The worst job has to be who's assigned to go in afterwards and do the smell check.
Okay, what does it pay?
I don't know. Who knows? Could it ever be enough to follow an employee, a coworker, into the bathroom after they finished to smell around to make sure?
Is my desk outside of the bathroom?
Doesn't matter. Who cares about the parameters? Let's just keep it to what it is.
If it's a worse job.
It's okay. Your job is to go in, and this is on top of, I don't think that this is the person's full-time job. So you also do something else for the company.
That was going to be my next question.
No. It's like when, you are the head of HR, but you're also the bloody fire marshal, and then they make you put that stupid little red hat on your desk, and then every 3 months they run a drill, and you got to embarrass yourself, and you got to put a hat on and make sure everybody on your floor are outside and accounted for. You got to count, you got the clipboard, everything else, right? It's a part of your job. Okay, it is a part of your job. So you do a job, but also a part of your job is to go into the bathroom after somebody finishes, if they've been in there for longer than 10 minutes, to smell to make sure that they went number 2.
And this is on top of my regular regular duties.
And then if you don't smell anything, you have to report that person. Report them to management.
What if they're my friend?
You still got to report them.
I don't want to have to report you, dude.
Right?
Like, you're my boy and everything.
I know, but 10 minutes is 10 minutes.
I can't be snitching like that.
Right?
Then you're the workplace snitch and everybody hates you? Oh, yeah, that's got to be the worst.
It's got to be the worst job.
That's got to be the worst.
Right? So I was thinking that's got to be the worst job. The person who has to go into the bathroom after somebody's been in there for 10 minutes to do a smell test. And then if it does not stink, you have to then report them. You have to report them. You got to snitch on somebody for not pooping.
Oh.
Could you imagine this part of your job?
No, I can't.
I got to snitch on somebody who didn't poop today.
That's the worst.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It's last week of work for everybody.
Yeah, this is
great.
it. Christmas
So
is next week.
Great.
Going into the last...
what day does Christmas fall on next week?
Wednesday. Next
Wednesday?
Yeah.
So how many days do we got left before it's really crunch time here?
Right now.
Well, we're in it now.
But you still have a full weekend though, right?
Sure.
We still got a full weekend before Christmas.
But we're going into the last, official shopping weekend.
But I have no idea what to get so many people that I have to buy for. And Matthew keeps standing in front of me on the couch going, you have 4 days left. You better go. I don't know what to buy these people.
How many people do you have to buy for?
What do you mean these people?
Like my 2 little brothers. And I bought my dad's gift. That's all I've bought so far.
Why don't you do a
That's all you bought?
Why don't you do a Cardi B? Did you see this Cardi B clip?
No.
It was Offset's birthday.
Yeah.
And, I guess Offset's one of those guys that has everything. So Cardi B gave him $500,000 in cash.
What?
Listen to this.
So, you know you got every car, you got every jewelry, you got everything. You got every shoe, you know what I'm saying? What else can I give somebody that got everything? The fridge. That's $500,000. I don't gotta give you the money, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to give you, so I gotta give you something. You could buy a car, you could buy more clothes, you could buy jewelry, you could buy me more Birkin bags, and may God bless you with more years for our kids.
Yo, she gave.
Yeah. Who gives their partner cash?
$500,000?
Who gives? But is there a difference between $500,000 and 100? How would Jenna react if you gave her $250 in an envelope for Christmas? Or $500, whatever.
I'd be the happiest person alive.
If Matthew gave you cash,
I'd be like, thank you, honey. You were
I
the
would
best.
feel so weird.
Yeah.
I would feel so
why
weird.
would you feel weird?
Oh, it's weird.
You know what my dad, Vern, he will take, because I guess my parent, they have everything. They don't need anything anymore, right? So my dad, what he'll do is he'll take bottles of wine, and I'm sorry if I'm ruining your swag for this year, just in case, Dad.
Yeah.
You're going to do it again. But he'll take hundreds or $50 bills or whatever, right? And he'll just wrap them around the label of wine bottles and then give my mom the wine bottles for Christmas. Yeah. She don't care.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
No? Yeah.
I don't, you know what?
Sometimes cash that's all you need.
I don't think that a lot of people would be offended to receive cash.
Couples don't give couples cash, though. That's not normal.
I guarantee you there are people who are listening right now. You could feel free to text us 925-555. I guarantee you there are people out there who are like, I love receiving cash from my partner, or my partner
It's very European.
is not mine.
It's not.
It's not.
In Matthew's family, for birthdays or whatever, you just get cash.
No. Birthdays to a birthday, to somebody who is not your immediate partner.
Right, but
right?
I mean,
I'm talking your immediate partner. And this is different, though. This is different. This is not like Jen is saying, oh my God, there's this course I want to take, and it's X amount of dollars, and I got to sign up in person, everything else.
Yeah.
Well, then you say, how much is the course? She's like $382, and you give her the $382, right? That's different. This is just cash.
How's that different than a gift card? It's the same thing.
I don't know. Cash is weird, man. When you are a part of a couple, and you're a husband or you're a wife, and you give your partner cash for Christmas, to me it seems super weird, man.
2 texts
I don't know. Yeah.
925-555. Somebody wrote, I love cash for all events.
Yes.
From anyone.
I'm not saying you don't love cash. Everybody loves cash.
Somebody else wrote and said, cash is not a gift. There's no thought going into it. It's lame.
Okay.
It's a lame, easy way out.
There is thought put into it. You're thinking this person loves to get cash. They can go buy what they want.
No, you can get cash from your dad. You can get cash from a lot of people. That's fine. Your nana, all that stuff. They give you
Matthew
cash.
gave me cash, I'd have to give it back to pay the debts I owe.
Yeah, it's here.
Oh no, how much do you owe Matthew?
$500.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! Is there anybody you don't owe money to?
You.
No, you probably do.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
I have a question about Drake.
Yeah, man.
That big mansion that he built in Toronto, that he periodically spends time in whenever he's in town. He has to have staff living there, right? You think?
Living there?
Like, does he have his own in-house chef? Does he have his own in-house, like, people that kind of maintain the place?
I guess. I would say,
like,
yes.
I've seen videos that he's posted, like, when he's hosting basketball games for his friends, right?
Yeah.
They're all in there on that massive court. If I'm a friend of Drake's and I show up at his place, is he answering the door when I get to the front? Or do you think he's got somebody that answers the door for him?
Well, first you got to get through the gate, right?
Right. That's security.
So
sure.
you get through the gate.
You get through the gate. But like, you ring the doorbell or he knows that you're showing up. Does he leave the door unlocked and you just walk in and you know where to go? Or do you knock on the door or ring the doorbell and then Drake answers?
No, I think that
lets you in.
No, realistically, for a house like that was built, I imagine they have some pretty decent tech where if you do get to the front door, you maybe look at the camera and smile, and then it notifies him on whatever tablet that he has in that room, and then he just punches in the code and
Like
it
a
unlocks the
Nest
front
thing?
door. Yeah, something like that.
Like a Nest doorbell? Ring doorbell?
Yeah, because I know that there's locks that you can get.
Yeah.
I had one. I didn't install it. There's locks that you can get that work on a code on your phone.
That's what the Airbnb people use.
Yeah, so if you can't be home and you have somebody coming over to measure your kitchen for new tile, right? But you can't be there. What you can do is they can show up at your house, they text you, then you text them a code for the door. That code works on your door once. So they can go in, measure, and as soon as they leave, the door locks again. That code never works again.
Is that what like Amazon does, right? When they can go in and put the packages in?
Yeah. So you can do stuff like that. But does he have somebody like in a tux that opens the door? Welcome to Drake's. Like that?
Yeah.
Like, does he have that? I'd like to say that he does, but I don't know if he does. I don't know. But like, if I'm Drake Rich, I'm hiring somebody.
Yeah.
And what does it matter to you what you wear? Like, if you work anywhere, there's a million places you can work where there's a uniform, right? So why not at my house? Why not just put the tux on? And maybe I'll say, okay, you can just wear tux from waist up.
Does
you
the
can
tux
still
have
wear,
the OVO owl?
you can still wear your jeans, right?
And sneakers, yeah,
right.
sure,
You can
be
still wear
comfy.
jeans and sneakers, but a tux up top, right?
Now, my next
and
question.
I'm going to need you to do the voice. I don't care where you're born.
Oh, wow, really?
But I'm going to need you to do the voice, right? I would have to. You would have to have somebody do the voice.
And that voice
That's a
is
must.
what?
Welcome to Drake's. Right? You're going to have to do the voice.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello.
Hey, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's your name?
My name is Fatima.
Roz, this is what Fatima texted just now. I just watched all the Star Wars movies at age 32, and now I have to re-listen to all of your podcasts to understand the many Star Wars references.
What prompted
That's a lot
you?
of podcasts.
So did you watch did you watch the prequels and everything?
I started with the prequels, like the newer ones, and then I watched the older ones. I watched it in order of episode.
Okay.
Oh, no!
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
You should have consulted with us first!
Who told you to do that?
I have a friend who's like a big Star Wars buff, and he told me to do it like that.
No! Oh my God, Fatima!
Did I mess up?
Okay, so wait, which movie did you start with? What was the name of it?
Phantom.
Fatima, you're breaking my heart!
Okay, why? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, okay.
That's
hold
not
on.
the order.
No.
You needed to watch these movies in the order that they were released.
You know, I do. It does kind of suck because when I was watching it,
Yeah.
like now that I'm watching the old, like when I was watching the older ones, like Return of the Jedi and stuff, all of the secrets. I feel like I was like, I know all these secrets. I know who your sister is.
Okay,
And all that
Fatima,
stuff.
the order that they were released that you should have watched and your friends should have told you is New Hope, Empire, and then Jedi. Or that's the original trilogy right there.
Well, it's too late now.
No, I know. And then, like, if you really wanted to go back and watch the prequels weren't the best. Then you would have watched Phantom Menace, Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. And then you go and watch Force Awakens and Last Jedi and Rogue One.
Okay, well, I guess I should have called you guys before I started this horrendously long journey, because I did it because I'm on maternity leave, so I did it in like a few days. I watched all of this, but well.
Wow, congratulations on the baby.
There's also what they called anybody who's maybe wanting to dip into Star Wars for the very first time, who's in their 30s. There's also what they call the machete order for watching Star Wars, which is you start with A New Hope, then you go Empire Strikes Back, then you go Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, then Return of the Jedi. So you watch A New Hope and Empire for the big cliffhanger, the big reveal. Then you go back and figure out how we got here. Then you watch the big finale of Return of the Jedi.
So did you tell your friend Fatima that you watched it in like the order of episodes?
And you may notice in that order, episode 1, Phantom Menace is not included. Nobody needs to see that.
Nobody needs that in their life. Did you tell your friend that you watch it in like order of movie?
Yeah, no, he knew I was doing that because I find this whole thing to be so confusing. So I was constantly texting him as I was watching to get it.
That's not a good friend. You don't have a good friend.
No.
He really isn't, eh?
No, you got a terrible friend.
Yeah, you need a new friend.
Yeah. Did you enjoy them at all?
I enjoyed not the very first one, but the other two when Anakin grows up. I enjoyed those two more than I enjoyed the original ones.
Hold on here.
I guess because they're just old.
Hold on here.
So you like Clones and then Sith better than New Hope, Empire, and Jedi?
Maybe because I screwed up. Maybe because it wasn't as big. Because all the secrets have already been revealed.
And I will say this: the reason you start with A New Hope, okay? Because I went through these with Roxy, right? I started. We did it all. Roxy still has not seen any of the prequels, by the way. She doesn't even know they exist.
Yeah, good. Keep it that way.
But the reason you do this, the reason you start with New Hope, is because New Hope, yes, it is a wonderful movie. Yes, A New Hope is legendary. New Hope is boring. If you're used to everything else. There's no lightsaber fight except for that lame excuse for a lightsaber fight between Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi in A New Hope. There's no fighting except for like the very end. And it happens near the very end, right? Like A New Hope, if you are used to seeing nonstop wall-to-wall Star Wars action, right, especially from the prequels, and then you go and you watch A New Hope, you are going to be bored to tears.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
That's what happened. But this shouldn't be an option. Like, I feel like a lot of the people I talked to, they gave me the option. They said you can either watch it in this way or you can watch it.
No.
Those are all terrible people in your life. Did you watch Rogue One at least?
No, I haven't watched that yet. I shouldn't have said I've watched all of them. I watched till the Jedi Returned, and then I haven't watched the rest.
All right.
But because now that I've watched the Jedi Return, now I have to watch the Family Guy parodies of it. Because I used to get past.
Wow, you have decided in your 30s that you've decided now to become a Star Wars fan and just watch everything? That's so wild.
Everything makes. I went through life with blindfolds on because there's so many references I just wouldn't understand. I don't know why I waited this long.
All right, Fatima. Well, it was nice talking to you, despite the fact that you watched Star Wars in the completely wrong order.
Thanks for calling. Okay, bye.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
We can finally talk about it!
Yeah.
Who are you?
So the Rise of Skywalker opens tomorrow, and we saw it yesterday. And I want to get, Mocha, your first impressions having walked out, because you and I sort of looked at each other when we were walking out of the theater yesterday. We didn't say anything.
No.
We didn't say anything.
We didn't even text at all throughout the day.
There was nothing.
So this is legit the very first time that Roz and I get to talk about the movie since seeing it.
Okay, so what were your thoughts on Star Wars?
See, my
Rise of Skywalker.
problem with giving my thoughts...
Yeah. And we're going to bleep stuff, just so you know, when it comes to spoilers, if we do say anything that is a spoiler, we will bleep it, okay? So you don't have to tune out right now. We'll do our best to not spoil the big sort of things.
And that's the thing. I'm hesitant to speak about the movie because I know how precious this franchise is to people.
I say speak freely.
To fans.
Speak freely.
And as a fan,
yeah.
I've stayed away from every single review. I've stayed away from all the trending hashtags since they did the big Hollywood premiere on Monday night. I've stayed away from all of it.
Okay.
So I'm hesitant because I like the movie.
Yeah.
But I also didn't like the movie.
Okay, what didn't you like about it?
I felt that there were certain parts of The Rise of Skywalker that were rushed.
Yes. There was a lot going on, and it's not a clean movie. It's a messy movie.
It's about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I felt like there were so many different stories to be told and so many different things that needed to get wrapped up that the movie just kept jumping. Wrap this up. Okay, action, wrap this up.
Okay, let's get to the big things then. The sort of big reveal. First of all, Palpatine's back. We all know that. Everybody knows that Palpatine's back.
Yes.
They do their sort of best to explain how he came back, but like not really. They offer an explanation, but was it enough?
For me, no.
No. Okay. Fair enough.
I like the movie, though.
Fair enough. Okay, that's fine. Now, there's
a lot of action.
The reason that Palpatine is back and his connection to the current players sort of in the Star Wars world, were you happy with that?
It made sense.
It did make sense.
Yeah, it made sense for the way they told the story.
Yeah.
Do I think it was necessary? I don't know.
They had to do my thing is this with Star Wars, and I find myself again, much like I did with The Last Jedi, I find myself disagreeing with a lot of the critics because when Last Jedi came out, unanimously critics loved it and they said that it was the best of all of them. And I thought that I had seen a different movie or I was living in some sort of bizarro world because I hated The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I hated it.
But you know what though? A lot of people did. That's the thing.
But critics didn't.
Critics didn't.
Loved
I think
it.
critics loved it because it's Star Wars and not because of the story that it told.
No, the exact opposite.
You think they liked it because of the story?
Yes, that's the reason they loved it.
I didn't like it.
Was they loved what he did with Star Wars. They called it bold and they called it everything else.
No, I hated the direction that they took with Last Jedi.
So I'm here again disagreeing with critics because I don't despise the Rise of Skywalker. Because if you go on Rotten Tomatoes right now, I think the Rise of Skywalker is sitting somewhere just above 50%.
That's it?
That's it.
Really?
Right, yeah. Critics, this is not a movie for critics. They don't like it. But my opinion on The Rise of Skywalker for fans is it perfect? No, it is far from perfect. Is it Return of the Jedi 2.0? Yeah, it really is. Does it sort of take away from the sacrifices that Luke and everybody else made in Return of the Jedi and kind of do away with the importance of he and Vader? Yeah, it sort of does. But what choice did they have? Because when you look at what Rian Johnson left them with, they had to do something.
Yeah.
And the choice that they made for this, they could have serviced fans and tried to kind of go back and rewrite what Rian Johnson did, or they could have made a continuation to Rian Johnson's movie. And The Rise of Skywalker is the farthest thing from a continuation from the Rian Johnson movie. They threw kerosene all over it and burnt it to the ground.
So one of the things that I noticed is the fact that they almost bypassed everything
they do
from Last Jedi. So when you're watching this movie, it's basically the sequel to Force Awakens.
With the exception of a few key plot points.
Yeah.
A few key plot points. You actually don't have to watch The Last Jedi.
Not at all.
Which is wild.
Yeah. Okay, so I left yesterday after the movie ended, and I almost felt like, not almost, I do feel like I need one more movie.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like it should go Force Awakens, Rise of Skywalker, and then the big grand finale.
Yes.
Because I still have questions about things.
Right. Yes.
And I feel like, yes, a lot of things were answered. A lot of questions were answered.
Right.
A lot of things were wrapped up the best that they could.
Yeah.
But I still feel that there are a couple of things, like 3-4 things that I need one more movie.
You're not going to get one more.
I know, that's
they
the
can't
thing.
do that,
I know
man.
that.
Oh, my God, they can't do that. Anyway, if you have any questions about the Rise of Skywalker, hit us up on text. It's 925-555.
Well, please, go see the movie. Like, I'm going to watch it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm still going to pay my money.
And go watch it again?
I'm going to
Really,
watch
yeah?
it again because I want to
Okay.
see it in IMAX 3D.
Right. Oh, you're into 3D.
I love
No,
3D.
It's too many Ds.
Oh.
I can't. You know me. I can't handle that much D.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
As a goof years ago, I used to say that separate vacations were the key to a successful relationship. And then more and more over the last 10 years, people have started putting out studies about not necessarily this, but more of the importance of time alone in a relationship. What they call me time, I guess. I've never once referred to something I've ever been doing as me doing me time.
Oh,
well, you can't refer to it yourself as that.
It's only called me time.
But I guess if it's your own, it's my time?
No, it's me time.
Oh.
You going to talk about somebody else's me time? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you understand what me time means, Mark.
Yeah, what does me time mean, more?
Like everything I do in life, all the things myself.
By yourself.
Myself, yeah.
By yourself, though. That's the thing. It's like it's when you sort of get time alone to do the things that you maybe enjoy doing alone. You get a break from the family. You get a break from a relationship. Not in any sort of bad way. Like you're not running and hiding.
No, but it's the heart grows fonder. Right? That I've lived by this study. Like you need to be alone for things to work.
But it's also what you do with your alone time, Maury, that helps determine whether it's actually going to work or whether it's secretly destructive to your relationship. So what they say is the ideal amount of, quote, me time. How much me time in a week?
Oh, in a week.
Do people say is the sort of optimum amount of me time?
Oh, like an hour and a half?
Oh, I was going to say 4 or 5 hours.
Wow, you really hate being married, huh?
No, I like the idea of it. So.
Yeah, again, you really hate being married, huh?
Like on paper,
it's like communism. I like the idea of it, but once you're in it, oh my God, there's no cheese. So the ideal amount, they say, of me time, Maury, is 51 minutes a day or around 6 hours a week.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes.
Damn.
Here are the top 10 things people like doing with their alone time.
Okay.
Just watching a movie or TV show that you want to.
Yes.
Okay, sleeping.
Reading a book.
Oh.
Listening to podcasts, exercising, just enjoying a cup of coffee or tea without having anybody around. Having a meal alone. Go out dancing.
By yourself?
I don't know.
Or do they mean you with your friends?
To me, these are all things that you do solitary, but the dancing one is weird to me. I've never left the house alone, went to a club alone, danced alone, and went home alone.
Yeah, that's weird.
You know what I mean? That's a weird one to me. Shopping, going for a walk, or getting your hair done, round at the list. But going out dancing to me doesn't seem like me time.
No.
Well, unless you're married to somebody who doesn't like to go out dancing.
No. But this isn't. This is then time with friends. This is a different thing.
Yeah.
This is a different category of sort of time away from the family or the partner or the relationship we're talking about. We're talking about me time, and they've included going out dancing in me time.
Did they talk in order to get these results? Did they talk to enough people where some of the answers were, yeah, I like to go dancing alone?
I guess. But 85% of people say that having, quote, me time is the key to a good relationship.
I've always said this.
The key to a good relationship.
I mean, I would certainly add going to the gym to that list. I would add dinner to that list. I would add sleeping to that list.
But you go to the gym to check out dudes, though.
Yeah, I can't do that with my husband.
Right. That's what I was saying. It's about what you do with your me time, Maury.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, all day yesterday, all I heard was Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas.
Why?
Because they'd hit number one for the first time. It was like the big story yesterday.
Yeah.
All day yesterday. My kid had to do She did her gymnastics routine. Not gymnastics, her circus school routine last night. And it was
that song?
Yeah, because it's right before the holidays, right? So
makes sense.
all the kids are doing their thing, and they had holiday sweaters on and their ugly Christmas sweaters or whatever it was. And the whole thing was choreographed to that. But yesterday, I think you always hear Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You over the holidays. But yesterday in particular, it was just unavoidable because it was also one of the biggest stories of the day.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine what yesterday did for those numbers.
I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Because number one, and the streaming numbers have just been going up and up and up. And because that story became so big yesterday,
She
it's
also
incredible.
re-recorded the music video. She's re-releasing a new music video for it.
No, she's not.
Yeah, and she's doing a YouTube Q&A on Friday night.
I was talking to somebody who works in the business yesterday because Mariah Carey didn't write that, right?
Yes, she did.
No, she didn't. Did she?
She did.
She wrote the
it in
lyrics?
45 minutes, yeah. That's the whole story.
Can you confirm that?
I know it for a fact, but
Just confirm that for me. Because they were talking about how much money she would make over the holidays.
Yeah.
And the numbers that they were throwing around were that if Mariah Carey was the artist and not the writer, so she doesn't own the publishing, around the holidays, she would likely make $500,000 every year.
Oh, wow.
Right? If she owns the publishing and is the writer, she's probably looking at this time every single year about a check for $2 million.
Oh,
on that
easy.
on that
That's
song.
easy money right there.
On that song. Isn't that crazy?
She's the only writer.
She's the only writer? Yeah, so there you go.
Wow, so
yeah.
$2 million.
So
Just off of
roughly,
one song.
and that's just its normal sort of run. So this year, with the story that it is, everything else, she's probably looking at north of $2 million.
Can you imagine?
For just streams.
You're making that much coin.
Yeah.
For
2 weeks.
A 1 month surge of play for one song.
That she wrote
from the 90s.
She wrote when?
She wrote it in 1990.
90 something, right?
Yeah, the track was released in 94.
Yeah, isn't that incredible?
Well, she has to pay for a 3-floor penthouse condo in New York.
What do you think Mariah Carey is
Aspen?
What do you think? She's got a mortgage? Like she's like sitting down at the end of the month, sliding money from the check into the credit card, and from the credit card.
How am I going to make this work?
We've discussed it
over to the condo fees, right?
Well, she has to pay for her staff.
Yeah,
do you think she burns through $2 million in a year?
Oh,
Probably,
guaranteed.
right?
Guaranteed.
Oh, God, yes.
That was the thing when she had the other managers that she was running out of money, and that's why she did the Christmas. That's why she started doing the Christmas shows.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people run out of money because when all that stuff is coming out of your budget, right? Like when you have to do a massive event, like you're doing a New Year's Eve show or you're doing, some other big award show where somebody wants you to be there and they want you to be the sort of marquee performer, they'll give you a private jet, right? So that private jet from, say, New York to LA, you're probably looking at around $75,000. But every other time you fly when you want to fly private, that and all of your staff comes out of your budget, right? And even with a record company, they'll front you, but you got to pay them back. And so you can burn through money fast. Like you can burn through their bands that were big bands that did headlining arena tours for 2 years. And when they went on the road, they were broke. And when they got off the road, they were broke. Where it's almost like it didn't matter because it cost so much money.
So she needs the money, poor girl.
Can Mariah Carey burn? How much is a Birkin bag?
Right?
Yeah.
$2,000?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So she burned through that money in like a month.
Like she keeps toothpaste in a Birkin bag. You know what I mean? Right?
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I know what you're asking yourself right now, Roz.
Yeah, man.
Is there any Kylie Jenner news that we could talk about? And the answer is yes.
I imagine there is.
You're going to probably see a headline today saying, Kylie Jenner performed over the weekend.
Did she?
At a Justin Bieber art auction.
Has she tried the music thing before? Because I think everybody dips into the music world to see if they can release a single, right?
Not Kylie Jenner, though.
She has not, though.
She's
okay.
Too busy making billions off of Kylie Cosmetics. And like a month and a half ago, a video went viral of her during her Kylie Cosmetics kind of like office tour. And at the very, very end, she walks into her kid's nursery.
Oh,
Stormy.
What did
and
she
she's
say?
saying, rise and shine.
That's right, yes.
We have one last room to visit, and that is Stormy's playroom. So follow me. Okay, we're gonna wake Stormy up and get out of here and show you guys her room. Rise and shine.
And that quickly took off.
Rise and shine.
And almost immediately people started doing remixes.
Rise and shine. Rise and shine. Rise and shine.
Everybody's grooving in here. I'll tell you what, you say it's crap, but every single head in this room is bobbing. Every single head in this room is bobbing.
I'm not gonna lie, this one's pretty lit.
Rise and shine.
Okay, this is dope, yeah.
Rise and shine. Rise and shine.
But yeah, there were a ton of remixes for this.
How did this not become like a radio single? And then there's this one.
Rise and shine.
I like this one too.
Hello.
People are so talented.
Oh
man.
my
It's just
God,
crazy.
dude. Some of the behind the scenes, if you go on YouTube, you really search on YouTube, and you'll find like videos of some of these like producers going through the motions of making the song. Yeah. And you see exactly what goes into making the actual track. It's incredible. So Bieber over the weekend had like a charity art auction, and Kylie Jenner was there. So when you see a headline that says, "Oh, Kylie Jenner performed," it's not like this.
Well, 'cause that's the headline that I read was that she performed this.
No, she got there and she was on the mic, and all she did was this. And then that was it.
But what was this? So somebody bought that?
Performing it.
Somebody bought that at it. I guess you're right, Maury. That is performing it because there is no other part to it.
That's the performance.
I know, but like with Kylie Jenner and the people that she has around her, right?
Yeah.
And she just makes millions upon millions every minute.
Yeah.
They could have teamed up with one of these producers that put together one of these videos that attracted millions of views. Like those two alone that I played for you. One of them had like 1.7 million.
Yeah.
The other one had like 1.4 million.
But that's not the original. The original
Right?
was just her.
No, I know, but like if they teamed up with a producer and like did something cool for a couple of minutes.
But I hate to tell you, people at an auction, they don't want that. They want
rather
the
than
OG.
this.
I'm telling you, what she did was the best thing to do. I don't think doing one of the remixes was the smart play. I really don't. Because it's not the thing. You
That's
go
not
up there,
her.
you just go and do the thing, right? And then everybody explodes. Had she done some weird like techno remix thing where she's dancing around with choreography, it would have been a disaster.
That would have been
good.
good.
You know it wouldn't have been good. It would have been a disaster.
What are you talking about? It would have been so good.
Rise and shine.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is,
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Sarah.
hi.
How you doing, girl?
Good, how are you?
Good. You feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling okay.
Okay, so Sarah, you wrote us this. Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. My fiance is an actor and recently booked a pretty big role that requires him to fly overseas for a few weeks at a time. In this role, he has his first make-out and sex scene, and I'm really struggling. As someone who's not in the industry at all, I'm having a really hard time separating my emotions from the logic, hoping you guys can give me some clarity.
Have you and your fiance talked about this? If so, obviously, I assume. If so, what is his answer to everything that you're feeling right now?
So we've talked about it briefly. I mean, when I bring it up, he kind of just like mentions, like it's work. It's, whatever's on the page is what we do. And then the scene's over and it's done with. Right. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think he kind of like told me what he had to say. He wasn't extremely reassuring, I'm going to say. Yeah, just because, I mean, I mentioned to him, like, this isn't really normal for me. I mean, when you see your partner, make out with someone else or be like physically naked with someone else in the real world, that's cheating.
Wait, but does he have to get like naked?
No, they wear socks and pasties. And
yeah, like they wear stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, everything's right there.
Yeah,
everything's right there. These are very uncomfortable conversations that people in the industry have to have with their partners who are not in the industry. And they're tough. I think that when people do it right is that the involvement and comfort level with you is really up to you. I don't think that your fiance who's an actor should force you to feel a certain way, because it's not going to work. You're going to feel however you're going to feel, and I think that they have to be cool with that. And if you want to fly out there and meet the woman that he's having his, on-screen romance with, that's up to you. If he wants to keep it all a secret and you have questions, he should answer those questions. And you hear from actors all the time that these love scenes and these makeout scenes, you hear a lot of, they're just technical. There's actually nothing sexual about them. They're orchestrated. There's a lot of people in the room. You feel insecure. Everybody feels insecure. You hear over and over and over and over and over, you hear all that stuff, right? But I know enough people in this business that will tell you off the record that when you work on a movie and you get to make out with somebody, it's amazing.
Oh, God.
Okay.
You're not making Sarah feel any better now.
I'll tell you, because it's
why? Why is it amazing?
Because you're making out with somebody.
Making out with someone who's not your partner.
Yeah, a director hired somebody who's hot and who's not your partner, and you go on set and you make out with them, and you're kissing and you're Frenching and you got skin on skin and you're rolling around. As uncomfortable as it is, there's still a part of it that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, that's the part that you're never going to hear. Regardless of how he feels, he's going to come back and say that it was uncomfortable. Now, as long as your fiance isn't one of these people in the long list of people in this industry who wind up hooking up outside of work with somebody that they did a love scene with, then you're fine. If he can separate the two, even if it is awesome to make out with somebody, but it's just part of the job, and then he goes home to you and your relationship doesn't change and you sort of go on, and maybe he could become successful and then you all benefit from it, and then maybe you understand, what it's like at a certain point. Who knows? But he's going to say that it's uncomfortable, it's technical, it's everything else. But I've heard from so many people that off the record, they're going to tell you it's awesome.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
You're not helping to fix Sarah's life right now.
Yeah, that's not what I was hoping for, Roz.
Okay.
Do you know who this other person is? Do you know who this actress is that your fiance is going to be making out with?
I mean, I don't know her personally, but I know who she is.
But Sarah, did he come to you and say, here's what she looks like give you as much information as possible to help alleviate some of the stress that you may be feeling right now?
I knew who his character was supposed to, who he was working with. So when he came home and just told me, hey, this is the direction that the film is moving into, I just there was no need to tell me who it was, right?
Right.
I think the other thing I'm struggling with too is, so he's in Europe, and I'm planning the wedding by myself right now, and we have a 1-year-old, and I'm with him by myself as well. I have my parents here, obviously, who's helping me as well, but it's just, I just feel like everything is on my shoulders. And I mean, not for nothing, but we just had a baby, so my body is not a Hollywood movie star's body right now, or I don't think it ever was.
Let me ask you this. Before he had to go off and make out with somebody in a movie, right? Have you ever had doubts about trust in your relationship?
No.
Okay. Then I will say this to you. Don't start now.
Yeah. I guess that's better than what you started with, Roz.
Well, listen, it goes.
That's what she said.
It goes both ways. There are tons of stories of people who are married to people outside of the industry, and they have long, wonderful, relationships. I always think of Hugh Jackman's wife, and I'm like, man, that woman has had to put up with a ton. Women throw themselves at that guy when they see him. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they're and they're great. There's so many examples, but if this is not the type of person that you've had trust issues with up to this point, I say don't drive yourself crazy and start now.
Hey, Sarah, I can bleep all this. Is it a movie that we would know, or is the actress that he's working with someone that we would be familiar with?
It's something on Netflix, and it's actually a TV show that's had quite a big fan base. I think I can say it that way.
Okay. Who's the actress? We'll bleep it.
I don't want to say it.
We'll bleep it. Well, I need to know.
Her name.
Oh.
Hey, listen. Don't worry about it. You're good.
Oh my God. Thank you.
No. Don't. You have nothing. You have nothing to feel insecure about.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right, girl. Take care.
Bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
We are now officially 2 weeks away from the last day of the decade.
Yeah. and you start looking back at some of the biggest stories. Of course, Trump winning, huge story.
God. Who knew?
All the Colin Kaepernick stuff, Las Vegas shooting. Remember Coney? Make Coney famous? Remember that story from years ago?
Yeah.
Bin Laden, they got him this decade.
That was this decade?
Yeah.
No.
2011. The Chilean miners was the story that really kicked off in 2010. It was like the biggest thing that year.
Wait, that was 2010?
It was 2010, yeah. And if you remember,
wow,
I don't even know how many guys there were. 33 Chilean miners that were underground for like 69 days or 70 days after the cave gave way. And it was like, I don't even know, like 2,000 feet underground or something like that. And they were down there for 69 days. And then they finally got them out, and everybody was like, immediately, oh my God, this is going to make like the best movie, this whole story.
Yeah.
And everybody was casting all these people, doing like their dream casting for this movie. And the weird thing was that when they all came out of ground, if you remember, there was a code of silence.
Nobody said anything.
There was this weird code of silence that they all had because they wanted the story to be told right. They said there was stuff that they didn't want people to know that went on because it's 33 people that thought they were all going to die.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, okay, well, what's the secrets they're keeping? And then there was that one guy that decided to go on TV and went, listen, I'm not going to give up all the secrets, but I'm going to tell you right now, okay? There was no sex and we didn't eat anybody. Because that's all.
Stop asking.
Yes, so stop asking. That's all anybody thought about. Why else would there be this code of silence? But so he went on TV and clarified, and then they did make the movie.
You know, I totally forgot about that.
Exactly, and the movie bombed.
Yeah,
the movie bombed, and I think it made like 12 million in North America, and I think around the world, it maybe made.
Who was in it?
Antonio Banderas was in it.
Oh, wow.
Right? Antonio Banderas was in it. It grossed 12.2 in North America, 12.7 around the world. It made in total $24.9 million. The production budget on it was $26 million. And if you actually want to get technical, the cost to actually free the miners that were trapped down there was $21 million. Right?
Oh,
so
boy. Right? The actual movie didn't even... man. That sucks.
Yeah, but there was that. That story was fascinating. And then I guess the other big one, like the big sort of social media story that happened was when the Academy Awards were going on and there was the big Ellen selfie, right?
Oh, 2014.
2014.
Yes.
And it's wildly credited as the Ellen selfie, the Ellen Academy Award selfie.
Yeah.
But the selfie is actually Bradley Cooper's selfie.
Because it was Bradley Cooper that took the phone.
He took the picture.
She was trying to get everybody in the frame.
Yes.
And then but then she passed the phone to Bradley Cooper.
And Bradley Cooper was the one that took it. It doesn't matter whose phone it is.
Yeah.
It's the person who takes the picture is the copyright owner of that photo. So everybody had said that it's the Ellen selfie. It's known everywhere as the Ellen selfie, but it's actually the Bradley Cooper selfie.
Bradley Cooper, Jared Leto, Jennifer Lawrence, Julia Roberts, Kevin Spacey, Meryl Streep, Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, Channing Tatum, Lupita Nyong'o, and her brother Peter, and of course, Ellen were all in that photo that went viral and became the most retweeted tweet of all time, 3.4 million.
It's crazy.
That was also the award show that had probably my favorite moment from any award show.
Which was what?
That had happened in the past decade. Which was this.
From the Oscar-winning animated movie Frozen, please welcome the wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem.
John Travolta screwed the whole thing up, bro. That was the same night as the selfie. John Travolta calling the poor girl Adele Dazeem.
The wickedly talented.
And more recently, probably being in Toronto.
Yeah.
My absolute favorite moment from the past decade, the highlight, I would even say for the country, happened back in June.
Warriors just inbound, and that's it. There's a new NBA champion, and it's a team from Toronto, Canada. We, the North, are now we, the champions. The Raptors, the 29
than that?
Nothing.
What is greater than that?
Nothing.
I mean, maybe Kawhi's love.
Right.
Guy. Obviously, I love the game of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just more question you have to ask me in order for me to tell you about myself.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't give you a whole spiel.
Board man gets paid.
I don't even know where you're sitting at.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right. In 1 week, it's Christmas Day. In 2 weeks, it's 2020.
Wow. Yeah.
This is it.
And we're going through the decade, and there's a lot of stuff that people say, just words that feel like they have been part of our language forever that are only 10 years or less old, especially when it comes to dating.
Ooh.
There's stuff that people say every single day that are just so new within the last 10 years that you can't imagine life without them. And the New York Post put a list together. Swiping right and swiping left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Seems like that's been around forever.
2012.
Oh, that's it.
Is when we started swiping right and swiping left.
Ooh.
I've never swiped on anything.
Ever?
I've never had that. I've never had
Well, I
a
guess for
Tinder
dating, yeah.
account,
Sure.
right?
Right.
I've played on somebody's Tinder one time when Tinder first came out. A
And?
friend was showing it to me, and I was like, it's a game.
Yeah.
It's not anything other than a game. Like, you don't use Tinder, you play Tinder.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's a game.
I had to put it on my phone for the show once. I got to swipe.
Yeah.
You didn't have to make a profile, though.
No, I didn't have to.
But I did.
Catfishing seems like it's been around forever. I mean, the act of catfishing has been around forever, but the term catfish didn't come out until 2010.
Because of the
documentary.
right?
Yeah.
Which then became a TV show on MTV.
Yeah, which was a wild documentary. Catfishing, by the way, is when somebody you start chatting with online builds this entire like fake profile and persona and life, and people develop these relationships with them, and then eventually they go and they decide to meet, and they're like, surprise, I'm not that person.
Yeah.
That's catfishing. Ghosting.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very sort of new term.
What is that? Ghosting is like what? Like 2 years old, maybe?
Yeah, 2015, they say.
Oh, 2015.
Yeah.
But same thing. It's been around forever, but the term's new, right?
Yeah, people have been ghosting people forever, but saying ghosting is new. Sliding into your DMs.
Yeah.
Right?
That's new.
The act of that. Maury been doing that forever.
Thank you, Maury. Even before DMs, Maury was like dropping notes off in mailboxes.
Yeah. Leaving notes on windshields.
Yeah,
and
slide
stuff.
into your P.O. box.
Yeah, honestly, bro, you shouldn't be laughing that hard.
No, I know.
You're like, you're married.
I know, but that's so funny.
And you and Matthew have been dating forever.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
That exploded. And I guess it was like 2015, they say, is when we started referring to a booty call as Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, what is the other one that I was thinking of? Micro cheating was a relatively new one.
Oh, yeah.
As well. Damnit Maurie knows all about micro cheating. Right?
Again, been doing it forever.
Yeah, again.
But the term is new.
People have been micro cheating forever. They just never knew what it was called.
Now we do.
You say that more. It's so funny with you and like things like micro cheating.
I know.
You say that like it validates it. Like somebody finally came up with the term. It's like when Superman realized that he was just different than everybody else, and then people were like, "Yeah, man, you're a superhero." That's how Maury feels, right? Now that they've come up with a term for all the terrible things that he's done, he feels validated.
Yeah, but micro cheating it's just small wrong.
You do a lot of small wrongs in the day, bro.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Yo, it's Roz and Mocha.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What's going on?
All right, what's your name?
My name is John.
John, how old are you, bro?
I'm 32.
So, Roz, John texts us almost daily, right?
Okay.
And I've been trying to get in touch with John forever, but he's always, quote unquote, at work.
Sure.
So
I am. I'm at work right now.
Are you really? All right. Just your
boss.
body. And you've said to me in the past that you can't take phone calls at work because at your work they listen to Kiss, and you don't want them to hear that you're on the phone with us while you're at work.
Yeah.
Okay. So since nobody's there, what John has been doing for like the past 4 weeks now,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Is he sends in via text dad jokes. So
like every day?
Like almost every day, and he'll start his text off with daily dose of dad jokes.
Oh my God.
I changed it on the last second. I called it daily dose of dad dokes to make it even worse.
Okay.
Of dad dokes?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ha ha. Wait, so are you a dad?
I am not.
Okay, so
That's what makes it even worse is that my friends that are dads are like, what the hell is wrong with you?
So now this is just teasing then.
Yes,
Yeah,
of
okay.
course.
I
All right,
gotcha.
so what, you just like dad jokes?
I just love dad jokes. They just make me laugh so much. And yeah,
Other than the Roz and Mocha show, who else do you share your dad jokes with?
with all my friends, even my own dad.
And what does your dad think?
My dad's he's ashamed of me. He just shakes his head and walks away.
All right,
and he goes, "Really? This is what I raised?"
Yes.
All right, so what's the dad joke that you had for us today?
Oh God. Okay. But then I went to the doctor. You know why?
Why?
Because he wasn't feeling well. Did you hear about the guy that invented the knock-knock Joe?
No.
He won the Nobel Prize. One of my favorite ones is, I asked my dad if you were pyromaniacs. He said, "Yes, we are, son."
All right, and last one. What's the one that you sent to us this morning?
Let me give you two. Have you ever tried Wookiee meat before?
Ever tried Wookiee meat?
Yeah.
No.
It's really chewy. I wouldn't try it.
Yeah.
very, very topical, by the way.
I know. And
Okay,
I like it.
last one.
You know, you heard a dad joke when it becomes a parent. I wanted to end it on that.
Thank you, John, and thank you
I
for
love you guys so
for
much.
your daily texts and for answering the phone when we called.
No problem. I love you guys.
Right on,
All right,
brother.
brother. We love you too.
man.
Enjoy your day.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Well, no matter what kind of day you're having, I would even say that Donald Trump is having a better day than Cats,
Cats?
the movie.
Oh.
So much like Star Wars, everybody saw Cats early, and then all the reviews were embargoed. And when we say embargoed, it means that they put limitations on when you can actually give your opinion on the movie. And that dropped at midnight last night.
Mm-hmm.
And Cats
is bad?
Is sitting at a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh, that's rotten.
Right? Not that Rotten Tomatoes is some great barometer or, verified critics or some great voice.
No, but a lot of people go to Rotten Tomatoes for that
Oh,
rating.
sorry. It literally just dropped in front of my eyes. It went from 17 to 16%.
Oh, no. It's probably with that sentence that you said.
Yeah, maybe they counted mine. They were just waiting on me. Yeah, but that's no surprise, though, because, Cats itself is just weird, right? But this was a big movie. Who's in this movie? Taylor Swift's in it, and James Corden's in it, and Idris Elba's a cat in it. Judi Dench is in it.
You said James Corden. Rebel Wilson.
Yeah, man.
Big names.
They got big names for this movie, but they're saying
Gandalf,
it's
right?
an absolute...
The guy that plays Gandalf?
Yeah, I think so.
He's in it?
They're saying it's just an absolute mess. But now it makes me even more curious. I'll tell you, if this movie debuted and it was 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, I guarantee you I would never see it. I guarantee you I would never see it.
That movie could have 100% rating.
Yeah.
And I would still not see it. It's not my thing. I'm not interested in Cats.
I'll tell you this. With 16%, I'm totally going to see it.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Because I know it's a disaster now. So now I need to see the disaster.
Oh, no. You're going to waste your time?
Yes.
Have you looked up the runtime?
Doesn't matter. I don't get what. I can't find 2 hours. Dude, I watched The Irishman in 5 days, right? I could find a couple days to get through Cats at some point in my life.
But now you got to play the waiting game.
Doesn't matter. Now I just want to watch the wreck. I want to watch the train wreck. I want to see it. If everybody's oh my God, this is a masterpiece. I never saw Les Mis. Everybody loved Les Mis, and I had no interest in seeing that movie.
I'm not into musicals at all.
I'm not into musicals.
I don't even know what it's about.
But I'm into disasters. That's why I watched the Trump impeachment all day yesterday. I like a disaster. So yes, you and I are going to watch Cats together.
I don't know.
Yes. Anyway, so Star Wars
You
right
can buy me an extra large popcorn, though.
Of course. No, I'm not going to the theater. I'll wait for somebody to send me a link. Go to the theater. Star Wars currently sitting at 58%, and that is with, let me count the amount of boneheaded reviewers who have given their half-assed opinion on this movie. Oh, sorry, it's at 60% right now.
60. That officially drops today.
Based on 95 total reviews from verified reviewers on Rotten Tomatoes. But yeah, so Star Wars right now, because that was the big battle this weekend. It was like everybody really was like, who's going to win the weekend? Is it going to be Cats or is it going to be Star Wars?
Really?
Like they really tried to make that a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, they really, really tried to make that a thing.
Cats versus the Galaxy.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Trending on Twitter is a magazine cover from December of 2000.
Oh, wow.
And the replies to this magazine cover...
You could still bring a knife on a plane then.
You could probably smoke on a plane then too, right?
No.
You couldn't smoke on a cigarette?
No.
Couldn't smoke a cigarette?
No, but you could bring your own alcohol, which was great.
Yeah. So Beyonce's on the cover.
Yeah.
This is Teen People, by the way, from December of 2000. Pink is on the cover when she was a new artist. And Beyonce was still part of Destiny's Child. Beyonce in 2000 did not look like, or does not look like Beyonce of today.
She looks like, and
she's got a horrible posture.
But I'm used to seeing Beyonce look younger, but on that cover, Beyonce looks like a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's not like young Beyonce, it's like kid Beyonce. It's really great.
Pink kind of looks the same.
Yeah, she does. Yeah,
now.
Yeah. But isn't it funny that even back then in 2000 they were already separating Beyonce from Destiny's Child?
Yeah. So the cover of the magazine, Beyonce, Pink, and another artist, and the headline reads, "What's next? Blank, Beyonce, and Pink.
Yeah.
Plus the hottest new stars you're gonna love." The first name in that list, and the person on the far left, when you're looking at that picture, standing to the right of Beyonce, is an artist named Vitamin C, who had a big hit called The Graduation Song, Friends Forever. And the one common reply to this picture that was posted of this magazine cover is, who the hell is Vitamin C?
Yeah.
Like, everybody remembers and knows Beyonce, obvi.
Yes.
Everybody knows Pink, obvi.
Yes.
But people who are looking at this picture like, what the hell is a Vitamin C? This is the graduation song from that year.
So we talked all night about the rest of our lives, where we're gonna be when we turn 25. I keep thinking times will never change. Keep on thinking things will always be the same. When we leave this year,
This was big though, right?
Oh, this was a smash. So when you see Vitamin C trending this morning, this is why. Because her name's being mentioned so much now on Twitter.
20 years ago?
It's 20 years ago, dude.
She's not much of a singer, huh? Nah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you call that. It's not singing.
Somebody wrote on Twitter, Vitamin C was kind of a treasure that got slept on.
Yeah.
But she still gets a check every June, so I guess there's that. And then somebody replied to that, and here's something that I learned.
Yeah.
Somebody said she gets a lot more checks. She's the head of the music department at Nickelodeon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I had no idea.
It's so funny. It's not much of a song, though, huh?
Like, it's there.
You know what I mean?
Like, it's a nice song.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah. But it's wild that this was big enough to put her, Vitamin C, on the cover with Beyonce and Pink. Right?
Somebody wrote, every once in a while, I'm reminded Beyonce used to share covers with other people.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Were you plowing this weekend?
Yes.
Okay,
really?
I had to
yesterday.
Mocha, I'm jealous of Mocha's machinery.
Why?
Like, it's something I just want to go and play with. Like, it's like this big thing that takes the snow.
It's called a
through
snowblower.
the apparatus, and it spits it out on either end.
Yeah.
On either end?
Or
But
one of
on
them.
one side.
Just don't, for God's sake.
Yes, on either end.
Don't go down that road. Yeah.
Like, I would wish for snow if I had something like that.
Snowblowers are fun. Snowblowers are a ton of fun.
Yeah.
The only thing that is better than as far as a piece of machinery goes, because you got a lot of machines, I got a lot of machines, everything else. I'll tell you, you look for the crossovers where it's the things that not only you enjoy, but that, for me, that Catherine enjoys too. And for me, the greatest piece of machinery that I own hands down, pants down, is the leaf blower.
I was going to say that.
Oh, I don't have
'Cause
one.
I'll tell you why.
I
'cause
don't have a leaf blower.
Catherine uses the leaf blower, and she says she feels like Mary Poppins, right? Because you turn it on, and all the stuff just starts flowing around and blowing around, and then by the end of it, it's all cleaned up.
Wait, do you strap? Is it the one where you strap it on?
No, I just have a regular handheld one. But it is very much like, it's the closest thing to Mary Poppins that you will ever get is using a leaf blower. And the leaf blower is the greatest piece of machinery that we own. And then for me, it's the snowblower. The snowblower is so satisfying.
My only problem.
So satisfying.
The
with
only
the
problem that I have with my snowblower.
Yeah.
Is you can't ride it.
No, is that I like a very clean driveway.
Yes.
I find when the snow is really packed on, especially if it rains first and then it snows.
Yes.
You still have like a layer, a thin layer that's left over, and it looks like you didn't really do anything. So then,
how do you clean that up? You got to throw chemicals on it.
I just go with a shovel, and then I double my time.
Yeah,
I double my time outside.
It's tough to. It's tough
I take
to
a shovel
know.
and a ice scraper.
Yeah,
just to get the driveway
Does it
completely
ruin
clean.
the driveway material?
Material?
No. Like the
No,
you're
the
fine.
driveway's not made out of leather.
The corduroy is ruined now. Okay,
the denim rips.
Yeah, no. With a snowblower, I can't help but do the math with a snowblower, right? Like I'll just carve into the snowbank down at the end of the driveway where the snowplow has gone by. And as I'm doing that, I just start doing the math in my head where I can clear a line in, 30, 40 seconds. But in my head, I'm like, if I had to do this with a shovel, that would have taken 20 minutes to do that. And I'm like, look at this. 20 seconds is what it takes. But I'm with you on that. You can't get snowblowers, like just conventional, like a Toro snowblower, doesn't give you that clean, scraped, perfectly polished look. Like it still sort of looks unfinished, even after all that work.
I miss all of this living in a condo. I mean, I could go shovel my 2-inch, what do you call it, balcony.
Right. You know what I miss living in a condo? Having a 2-inch mailbox. That's the thing that I miss. I miss those tiny,
everything gets folded.
Tiny little mailbox where like the gas bill gets folded in half, right?
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Everybody's all upset because Taylor Swift already got snubbed by the Academy Awards.
What?
So have they always done no, this is the first time, right? So it was weird. Earlier this week, the Academy Awards released for like a bunch of categories, the short list.
Wait, early nominations?
Just the short list. So they released a list of like 20 potential nominees.
That's not a short list.
And the 5 of who will be nominated are within that list. So Taylor Swift already knows that her song from Cats is not going to get an Academy Award nomination.
It's a pre-nomination nomination list?
It's a short list.
But so 20 categories? That's not short.
No. 20 things within a category.
Oh, 20 things within a category. Okay.
Yeah, so now, these are the front runners to get the 5 nominations. And so out of all the songs that they've listed for original song in a motion picture, Taylor Swift's song from Cats, Beautiful Ghosts, is not on the list. So she already knows that she's not getting an Academy Award nomination.
Right before Christmas?
Right? I find that weird. I've never seen them do this before. They don't do it for the big categories. There's no acting categories or like best film or supporting actor or anything like that.
I wonder why they did that.
But it's all, maybe to gain hype. I don't actually know the reason. Do you know the actual reason, Maurie?
Well, the Daytime Emmy Awards do this. So
But do you know why they did it?
I have no idea why they did it.
Yeah, and that's interesting because I've never seen them do this before. And it really takes away from some of the, I guess I don't want to say the magic of the Academy Awards, but it really
element
does.
of surprise?
Have you heard this Taylor Swift song from Cats? First of all, what do you know about Cats? Have you seen the trailer? Did you watch a trailer for Cats?
I watched a trailer. It's not my thing.
I find it weird that they gave them boobs.
I guess.
You know what I mean? Because if with all the CGI that's going on in that movie, right?
Flatten out chest, no problem.
The lady cats still have human boobs.
Right.
Right? Where you could have flattened that out. But so they're cats, but they have lady boobs, like human breasts.
Yeah. That's not my thing.
Which is weird.
And
I am all for bonkers. I just don't think I'm nuts enough to go and see Cats.
Yeah. Have you seen the play?
I've seen I've seen a bunch of parts of the play, and it makes no sense to me. It's for people that aren't from this world. I'm convinced of it. Like, even conceptually, none of it makes sense. I've had people explain to me what Cats is about, and I have no idea what they're talking about.
I don't even know what it's about. I assume cats.
They're legit cats, right?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so Taylor Swift song. Play a little bit of it for me. Makings for an Academy Award nomination, at least. Like, it's Taylor Swift and Andrew Lloyd Webber. Like, to me, that's a slam dunk. I'll tell you the best musical. Do you watch musical movies? Like, you like Mary Poppins and all that stuff?
Not my thing.
No, it's not, huh?
No.
I really got into it with Catherine and Roxy because they're huge into them. The best one. The best, like, I would say that I've ever seen in my life, as far as the music, as far as the acting, as far as the emotion, all of that stuff.
Okay.
For me, the number one musical that if I'm going to sit down and watch a musical on a movie, it's The Greatest Showman.
Over Chicago?
Yeah, The Greatest Showman is,
that's
for
Hugh
me,
Jackman,
Hugh
right?
Jackman.
Is
It
that
is
Amazon?
so... No, it was in theaters. It's so beautiful.
Oh, right.
It's so
Is it?
beautiful, and
I
it's
just can't get into it.
heartbreaking. And give it a try. Give it a try. Yeah, give it a try because
I like Hugh Jackman,
Because
so maybe
if you
I'll like the
take
movie.
out all the music, it's an amazing movie.
But what about
right?
Moulin Rouge?
No, if you take I like this better than Moulin Rouge.
Really?
I like The Greatest Showman actually way better than Moulin Rouge, and I really enjoyed Moulin Rouge. But Greatest Showman is where it's at. That is, if you're going to sit down and watch a musical, give it. And if you haven't seen it, give it a try because it's really spectacular.
The closest I came to watching a musical
was what?
Straight Outta Compton.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I was at the mall yesterday. It wasn't that bad.
Which mall?
I was at the Eden Center yesterday.
Yeah. What time, though?
At 5 p.m.
Oh, wow.
And I was able to go into 2 stores, walk right up to the register, and I was fine.
But are these like Maurie stores?
No,
you know
EB
what I mean?
Games for my brother.
Okay.
Spoiler. EB Games for my brother.
What'd you buy him?
I bought him the basketball 2K one.
Yeah.
Oh, NBA 2K.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way, just so you understand the pantomime, when Maury is looking for the word basketball, he takes his hand and flutters it like it's like a bee wing. You know what I mean? But like dribbling. But like it looks like a little bee wing.
Is that what you think dribbling looks like?
Isn't it like that?
Yes. Yes.
Like you're fanning away a fart?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say he's not getting what he asked for. He's getting this
you
game.
doing that looks like a hate crime, Maury.
Yeah. I'm going to film you and send the video straight to 6 months.
Yeah. He wanted Yeezys.
How much are Yeezys?
Aren't they like $600, $700, $800?
Yeah, they're too expensive for my taste.
Are there only one Yeezys, or are there many different kinds of Yeezys?
There's so many.
Okay, but they're all super expensive like that?
Yeah,
I wouldn't even know where to buy them.
Oh, dude, like
you can't get them at Aldo, right?
No, you can't. You cannot get them at Aldo. You can buy them like Foot Locker and stuff.
You can.
Yeah,
The $800? Is that how much they are?
They're like
For real?
$6 bills.
$600?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
They don't look like they should be
Oh wait,
that
no,
price.
they can't. No, sorry, that's wrong. They're like maybe in the $3s.
In the $3s?
Yeah.
Oh,
For
well, there you go,
shoes. No,
Maury.
but for shoes?
You told me $800.
Because they weren't they?
No.
I thought they were $800.
Well, now that you know that they're 3, buy them for your brother.
Oh,
you can afford $300 shoes.
No, I cannot.
Yes, you can.
You spent $1,800 on pumpkin art.
Yeah,
a couple weeks ago.
That's why I can't
Maury,
now.
You can afford $300.
It's for your brother, dude.
Absolutely, you can afford $300. You make good money.
But I spent $200 on my dad.
Why?
What'd you buy, Frank?
Outdoor lighting he will never use.
Oh.
What do you mean outdoor lighting? He'll
Oh
never
my
use?
God! Like, look, sorry guys.
Maury,
you're
don't
listening.
blame us on this, okay? You're the one that's like singing like a canary. Okay. Listen up, 6ix9ine. Okay.
Hey, listen, you only get 2 years. What's up with that? Snitches only get 2 years in prison. Yeah, so Yeezys are $300, Maury.
Yeah, you can afford that more. You get your brother the Yeezys.
Here, look,
I
you
might
can get the
have to
Yeezy
now.
desert boots for $170.
$170.
That's not okay.
more?
170 is
Oh,
not
sorry,
bad.
those are kids. Those are kids.
He's a kid.
$280
$280.
for a Yeezy desert boots.
You can do that. You can absolutely do that.
Oh my God! I'd be the best brother in the world.
Yeah. Well, no, you still wouldn't.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
Let's do the news.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
So Taylor Swift,
who's that again? New artist, right?
Was the at the Woman of the Decade during her acceptance speech at the Billboard's Women in Music event last night in L.A. Went all in on Scooter Braun. Listen to this.
After I was denied the chance to purchase my music outright, my entire catalog was sold to Scooter Braun's Ithaca Holdings in a deal that I'm told was funded by the Soros family, 23 Capital, and the Carlyle Group. Yet, to this day, none of these investors have ever bothered to contact me or my team directly. And of course, Scooter never contacted me or my team to discuss it prior to the sale, or even when it was announced. I'm fairly certain he knew exactly how I would feel about it, though. And let me just say that the definition of the toxic male privilege in our industry is people saying, but he's always been nice to me, when I'm raising valid concerns about artists and their rights to own their music. And of course he's nice to you. If you're in this room, you have something he needs. The fact is that private equity is what enabled this man to think, according to his own social media post, that he could buy me. But I'm obviously not going willingly.
There you go.
Is this the speech she wanted to make at the AMAs during her other big acceptance?
Maybe.
Has to be, right?
Maybe, but part of the deal to maybe, she wasn't, I don't know. Listen, I'm all for artists owning their own music. I think it's weird that they don't, but you sign a deal and you sign a deal. And
I thought,
you can be pissed off that somebody buys something, but the reality is, and it just comes down to the simple fact that somebody sold something that you don't own.
Yeah.
And it's a terrible reality. And I agree with her that things should change.
But
Absolutely.
wasn't she offered? Wasn't part of her new deal?
According to Scott Borchetta,
she was offered the masters to everything.
They were at a point where her contract, this is according to Scott Borchetta. So there's 3 sides now to this story. His side of the story is that when her deal came to an end, she was shopping around for a new deal. And of course, they have the first right to offer her a new deal, and then she can turn it down and then go somewhere else, which she did. And she got an incredible deal. But according to Scott Borchetta, part of that deal to re-sign with Big Machine is that she would get full control and ownership over her masters. That was part of his offer to her.
Right.
And I guess the other financials with that deal weren't enough. And then she left. And according to him, her quote was, "I'm betting on my future, not my past." And so she walked away from her masters. That's what he says. Now, you can still be pissed off, right? And, I'm with her. I think that it's Prince had this fight years ago where, artists owning their own work. Of course. Makes sense. Why not?
I would say.
But when you signed a deal all those years ago and your parents were involved in everything else, it sucks, man, that somebody sold something that is so personal to you. But the reality is you don't own it.
Yeah.
And it's terrible. And I'm with her. I wish she owned all her stuff. Sure. Everybody should. But it's not the situation. But fix it then, which is I'm glad it's what she's doing. If you got a voice like Taylor Swift does, you use it for as much good as you can. And if she can make change, then make the change. Where are we here? No more Andrew Scheer. He has stepped down. He tweeted, "This was the most difficult decision I've ever had to make. I have to announce my intention to step down as the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. Once a new leader is elected, I'm putting my party first and my family first, while Justin Trudeau continues to alienate Western Canada. Real people are struggling. This is shameful. Canada's Conservatives stand with the workers, and we will continue to fight every day to support them, their families, and their communities." And then Justin Trudeau said, "I very much wish him all the very best in his next and exciting steps, whatever they are. I want to thank him deeply for his service to Canada on behalf of all Canadians."
Wow, even after the man dissed you.
Boris Johnson in the UK, 4 more years of that hair.
Yeah.
He won like this.
You know what?
He won like a landslide last night. Like a landslide.
I love it. Simply for that hair.
So he's the guy that hid in the fridge the other day to try and avoid. Did you see that video?
I heard about it. I didn't watch it, though.
Piers Morgan, it's so great. So I guess at the beginning of the campaign, Piers Morgan said, hey, come on my show and do an interview. And he's like, yeah, I will, definitely, I promise. And then it was the last day of the campaign, and he hadn't done the show yet. And then Piers Morgan, live during the show, sent a camera to go and meet him at like one of his stops, where I guess he was like unloading milk or something like that to do some, I don't know, charity work. And he didn't like the camera there. The guy kept asking him questions, and then his people took Boris Johnson and put him in a freezer.
That's totally cool, man. Just hide in here.
So, Lizzo is not banned from the Staples Center, everybody. Lizzo is not banned from the Staples Center.
Was she ever before?
Well, a world star hip-hop.
World star! World star!
World Star started floating around the store the other day that Lizzo had been banned for life. From the Staples Center after she wore nothing but a thong under a dress with the entire back.
I only know World Star for fight videos now.
But they say she is not banned from Staples Center and is welcome anytime. That according to the Staples Center president. He goes on to say it's ridiculous that these rumors get started and that people write these types of things without making any attempt to find out the truth. So, no, Lizzo is not banned. Where are we here? The most watched music video of the decade, according to Ed Sheeran. Again, the most watched, according to YouTube.
Oh,
I'm reading ahead.
I'm reading Ed Sheeran.
I'm reading ahead.
What's he saying?
The most watched music video of the decade on YouTube. Any idea what number one is? The most watched video of the decade.
It's going to be Drake, and it's going to be In My Feelings.
Maury, do you have a guess?
I was going to.
Do you know this?
No,
you don't.
No, but I just remember you guys doing stories of YouTube videos when it hit this many million or this many kabillion. I was going to say.
Pause for 1 second. Drake's not on the list. Mocha.
He's not
No.
at all?
No, Drake's not in the top 10.
Oh, okay. So it's got to be Justin Bieber then.
Oh, I was going to say Gangnam Style.
Good idea, Maury. Gangnam Style is actually number 5.
Wow,
it's
something beat
Bieber.
that.
It's got to be Bieber. Is it Bieber?
Bieber's at number 6 with Sorry.
Frig.
At number 10, Thinking Out Loud, Ed Sheeran. Counting Stars, One Republic at number 9. Roar, Katy Perry at number 8. Sugar by Maroon 5 at 7.
Wow.
Sorry, Justin Bieber at 6. Gangnam Style at 5. Uptown Funk at 4. See You Again, Wiz Khalifa at 3.
Rebecca Black Friday.
Shape of You, Ed Sheeran at number 2. And number 1 is Despacito.
So where's Rebecca Black?
Not on there.
Oh, forgot about Despacito.
Yeah, right. Everybody forgot about Despacito.
2017.
Despacito. They also provided the most watched videos for the 2000s, the 90s, and the 80s as well. Are you interested in those?
Yes.
So from the 2000s, at number 5 was Halo by Beyonce.
Good song.
You Belong With Me, Taylor Swift. Bad Romance, Lady Gaga. Numb, Linkin Park. And Crazy Frog by Axel F. At number 1. Was that song?
Come on. Ding, 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 bong. Yeah?
The 90s was What's Up by 4 Non-Blondes.
Oh, I love that song.
I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston. Zombie, The Cranberries, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana. And at number 1 was November Rain by Guns N' Roses.
Oh, yo, that can I tell you that's one of my favorite music videos?
Yeah, it's a great music video. Great music video.
Beautiful video.
And as far as the videos from the 80s go, which ones were the most watched in the past 10 years? Every Breath You Take by The Police. Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. Take On Me by A-ha. And Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses at number 1. Number 1 and number 1.
GNR. Ring, ding, 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 ding.
The Hallmark Channel has reversed its decision over that lesbian ad. This blew up over the weekend, and it was... So it wasn't like an ad for a Hallmark property. This was just a commercial for a company called Zola, which is, I guess, like a wedding planning company or something like that. And the commercial first aired on December 2nd. And that's when a conservative group called a boycott against the Hallmark Channel for running the ad. And in the ad, it features a wedding. It's beautifully shot. And there's 2 women getting married. And then they're just like there with the officiant and they kiss as anybody does at the end of a wedding.
Beautiful.
So then that's when the conservative group started saying boycott Hallmark. So Hallmark pulled the ad. As soon as they pulled the ad, everybody else said, well, now you pulled the ad with the 2 women kissing and you don't pull any of the ads with a hetero couple kissing. So now we're going to say ban Hallmark. So at this point, everybody was trying to ban...
Banning everyone?
Everybody was trying to ban Hallmark, right? The Hallmark Channel.
Free for all.
It was a free for all. And so what wound up happening was Hallmark has now started to rerun the ad. They're going to reinstate the ad. They said this on Sunday. They said, I'm sorry for the hurt and disappointment that this has caused. Hallmark Channel will be reaching out to Zola to reestablish our partnership and reinstate the commercials. We will continue to look for ways to be more inclusive and celebrate our differences. That's what the statement said. So the commercial back on Hallmark.
But none of the programming was affected.
No, none of the programming was affected.
I'm not going to lie, I love all the movies.
When I first heard the story, I thought that they pulled like a show or one of those Christmas movies that just featured a gay couple. And I was like, wow, this seems really late in the game to be pulling something like that. But it was just a commercial for a wedding planning site where it was two brides who kissed. And it was, I don't know, it was a beautiful commercial. It was like, it looked like a normal commercial. There was nothing like abnormal about the commercial whatsoever. Like it fit into, even the tone was very Hallmark. Like it was designed to run on Hallmark Channel. But that's USA. Clint Eastwood's Richard Jewell absolutely tanked at the box office. It was his worst opening ever. And a lot of this...
Wait,
Clint Eastwood directed Richard Jewell, that movie about the Olympic Park bomber that we were talking about. Where, Yes. So what happened was the character in the movie, who was the writer for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, in the movie, Clint Eastwood took liberties, as some people do often with when you're telling real life stories, where they had this woman, Kathy Scruggs, who was a reporter in the film. She sleeps with an FBI agent to get information. So she uses sex for info. And everybody who knows this woman, because she's since passed, everybody who knows this woman who has ever worked with her in her family, there was no evidence to say that ever happened. So the artistic liberty that Clint Eastwood took was to give this outstanding journalist this sort of subplot where she sleeps with people for information.
Yeah.
But yet her character is real, but the FBI guy that she sleeps with, they didn't use his real name. So he's now a fictional character that she then and everybody's like, you can't do this, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's like artistic liberties, but then there's just
straight up
this.
lying,
There's just this, which is just, you're taking a person, you're rewriting their whole history based on using, like, the worst thing a reporter can do, you're accusing this woman of doing. And so that campaign worked and the movie tanked. Which really, that movie should be in consideration for awards, right? Like it's a Clint Eastwood movie. That's just how things normally work. But as the box office goes, Jumanji #1, $60.1 million.
Oh, hell yeah.
Taking down Frozen 2. However, Frozen 2 did pass the $1 billion mark. That becomes the 6th Disney film of the year to hit $1 billion.
Come on.
The 6th one of the year. Scarlett Johansson was on SNL over the weekend, and during the, I guess it was maybe the opening monologue, she referred to Colin Jost as the love of her life.
It's great to have you all back. And I just want to say that this place means so much to me. I have so many friends here, and I met the love of my life here.
There you go.
I like them as a couple.
Yeah, no, so do I. Harvey Weinstein, who's been accused, as we know, of sexual misconduct by 80 women, claims that he should actually be remembered for what he did for women in the movie industry. In an interview with the New York Post, after he underwent back surgery. So he did need those massages? Like that wasn't just a line?
Come on, man.
Right? Guy's an animal. What an animal. Do you see walking around with a walker? He's walking around with a walker.
Oh, why?
Right?
So people can feel sorry for him?
Yeah. It's
Dumbass.
So he's walking around with a walker, and everybody's like, he's totally faking it. And then somebody took a picture of him in like a Costco or something like that. I don't know if it was a Costco, but he was in like a Costco walking normally, and then he was walking around with a walker again. And I'm wondering if he's the kind of lowlife that would go and get back surgery just to prove that he has a bad back. You know what I mean? Like just to get the sympathy. Like how far are you willing to take the lie? Like how far are you willing to take your disgusting self?
I don't think he did that. I think he's just, no, I just think he's straight faking it.
So listen to what he says here. He says that he feels like a forgotten man, as you should. He told the outlet, I made more movies directed by women and about women than any filmmaker. And I'm talking about 30 years ago. I'm not talking about now when it's in vogue. I did it first. I pioneered it. Yeah, and you also took advantage of every single one of them. Like, you can't be accused of sexual misconduct by 80 women and then go, yeah, but I got them all work.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work that way. You can't settle for $25 million with the women who accused you of sexual misconduct and go, yeah, but the Golden Globe, right?
And also,
like, you don't get to do that.
And also
It doesn't-
using the insurance company that you're working with.
Yeah, it doesn't make people like you. Like, it's not
pay the money back.
It's not. It's not how that works, man. Anyway, he's so gross. Harvey Weinstein is so gross. Stop what you're doing right now and go and look for the new trailer for Top Gun.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, bro.
Is that another one?
Oh yeah,
And?
dropped this morning. It's so good.
Is it really?
Oh, it's so good. This movie is going to make so
Like,
much
what makes
money.
what makes it good?
I can put it quite simply, actually, which is, out of all the things from your youth that people have revisited all those years later, there's a tone that's missing. There's some element of it that made you love it that is now gone, and it's replaced with something that somebody thinks a new generation of people will love. And this new Top Gun trailer has none of that. This new Top Gun trailer, I can safely say, is that if you are a Top Gun fan from all those years back, this trailer is the only movie that you would be satisfied if they made.
Really?
Yeah, it is everything that made Top Gun great is in this trailer, and there's no sign of anything that will put off a Top Gun fan.
Wow.
Play a little bit of it. Just listen to the first like couple things where like the guy's describing Maverick.
Ooh, I like it already.
Thank you.
Your instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever produced. His exploits are legendary.
That's Maverick. Right. It's Maverick.
What he has to teach you may very well mean the difference between life and death.
I'm here for it. I'm here for
And then
it.
right after that, they cut to a scene of Maverick standing at the head of this room where all these generals are there. And Maverick goes, you know, I never thought I'd get an invitation back here. And the guy looks at him and goes, they're called orders, Maverick.
Oh, in your face, hotshot.
The FBI has busted an illegal streaming site that had more content than Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu combined.
Hold on, what?
Yeah,
What's the...
What's a streaming site, you ask? Well, I guess...
Wait, what did you say? What's...
A streaming site?
Yeah, what is a streaming site?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I guess it's a site that you can go to, much like Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu, and stream things, but maybe there's not a monthly fee.
Oh, really?
Maybe it's not all above board. I'm not 100% sure what a streaming site is.
Just to warn people, are we allowed to say the name of the site?
Yeah, it was I Stream It All and Jetflix.
All right, stay away from those sites, people.
The FBI scored a major win in the battle against piracy. They say last week prosecutors secured guilty pleas from the programmers behind I Stream It All and Jetflix. According to the Department of Justice, the subscription-based platform had more than 118,000 TV episodes and 11,000 movies.
Oh my God. Are you serious? That's a lot.
More content than Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu combined. So there you go.
So wait, are those sites down then?
I believe they are. I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to find these sites.
Interesting.
TTC fare hike was approved. The TTC board has approved the 10-cent fare hike as part of the 2020 budget. The cash fare will not change, but the rates for tokens and the fare for seniors and youths will rise by 10 cents effective March 1st. The monthly pass is also rising about $5. The TTC has also approved the hiring of 50 more transit enforcement officers to crack down on fare evasion. This is TTC CEO Rick Leary.
You remember the AG gave us a report and identified almost $60 million, a minimum of $60 million in fare evasion. We actually just recently went out and did our own audit with our own auditors, and we're seeing some significant fare evasion in areas where I believe people can afford it. So we're going to be out there, people are going to be on these vehicles as if they're staples, and we're going to change the culture. People who can pay should pay.
What about the people who can't pay? Do they still not have to pay? You know what I mean? Like, there's always walking. Like, I think we're forgetting about that, right?
What if it's like blocks and blocks?
Blocks. You can't walk blocks?
I mean, I could walk blocks.
Thank you. Also, I want to know what neighborhoods, according to him, he feels that people can afford it.
That's a slippery
You know what
slope.
I mean?
There's no way in hell.
Like, now I want a breakdown. Now I want a breakdown from the man.
There's no way he's going to say that. That's just like more problems opening up for him.
Exactly. The Hollywood Reporter has put out their list of the 25 best performances in the film for the year. Awkwafina for The Farewell is in there. Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory is in there. Timothée Chalamet for Little Women is in there. Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story, Jennifer Lopez in Hustlers, Eddie Murphy in Dolomite, Lupita Nyong'o in Us, Joe Pesci in The Irishman, and Joaquin Phoenix in The Joker.
Yo, there's a lot of talk about that Dolomite movie. I still haven't seen it. I think I'm going to have to.
You haven't? But did you watch any of the old Dolomite movies?
I don't even know what a Dolomite is.
Okay, so, yeah.
But I know Eddie Murphy, like his name in the past 2 weeks has been popping up on all these lists on the best performance of Dolomite. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so Dolomite was a series of films back in the day that were sort of like blaxploitation. You know when like there was just like that series of movies where the entire cast was all black, and then like the hero knew kung fu and they like fought crime, but they were sort of, the movies were hacked together and none of them were very good, but they all did very well, right? Because the audience was just so dying for something like that. Yeah. So there was a series of movies called Dolomite by this stand-up comic / singer who desperately wanted to become famous. Yeah. And so he created this character Dolomite who was sort of like a pimp. Crime, you know what I mean? Right?
Yeah, sure, come down.
And they just made the most ridiculous movies ever. And so this movie is about the guy who becomes Dolomite.
Oh, okay.
Right? So it's Eddie Murphy as the real life guy. It's funny.
Yeah?
Like Dolomite is a really,
I'll watch it.
Because my brother and I used to watch the Dolomite movies. We used to,
really?
Yeah, because we used to work at a video store and bring them home all the time. And we just used to laugh. They're so ridiculous.
Yeah, all right. I'll watch it.
They're so ridiculous. Mark Hamill on the red carpet last night, the blue carpet last night.
Oh, the blue carpet.
For the Rise of Skywalker.
I am so excited. Like, I mean, everybody's excited. I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I want it to be good. I really do.
I think everybody does.
But Mark Hamill on what he wants to say to the fans as we all sort of collectively go into this, saying goodbye to Luke Skywalker and the Skywalker saga, and really the end of Star Wars as we know it before.
No, I just, like I say, I've said it before, but they're more than fans. They feel like family. So I hope they enjoy it. And if they don't, just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, because that's going to happen.
So, LA premiere last night. You and I get to see it today. When are we allowed to talk about it?
Tomorrow.
About it. Oh, okay, perfect.
Tomorrow. The sort of embargo, the cone of silence gets lifted at midnight LA time.
Because
so 3 a.m. Toronto time.
I've seen Star Wars trend since I woke up this morning on Twitter, and I've been staying away from the hashtag because it's all the reaction to the movie.
And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Before we get to the questions, let me give a shout out to Brian who sent us a note. Hi guys, I came to Canada 5 years ago, heard you guys on the radio, and now I'm glad that I found your podcast. Really amazing. Much love to Mocha, Roz, and Maurie. Rock on, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you very much,
white
Brian.
dude. Bet you that guy's white.
It's spelled Bryan, so
right?
Guaranteed.
Yeah, totally.
So thank you very much, Brian. All right, let's go to the phones. KD, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
What's your question?
Oh, so my question was, I want to know how long is the perfect nap for you? So I say like 30 minutes to an hour is a good nap.
30 minutes to an hour is the perfect nap time.
That is good. I would say no more than an hour and a half.
I sleep 2 hours.
That's a long time.
That's a sleep.
It's a long time.
Is it still a sleep if it's 2 hours on the couch?
Yeah, see, it's tough. We've talked so much about this, which are like the parameters of napping versus sleeping, and what are the sort of rules, and should there even be rules? But for me, I can nap, right? Like I can nap for as long as I have available. So if I have 20 minutes and I'm like, I'm going to take 20 minutes and just crash out, I can crash out for 20 minutes. If I have 90 minutes, I'll take 90 minutes. I rarely do nap. I do most of my napping on the weekend when I don't have to be up for really anything, right? And in that case, I usually like to go around. For me, 90 minutes is like the perfect amount. It's the perfect amount of time. It's just simply because based around life as well. Like if I don't want to, because I'll never like go, to the bedroom or whatever to take a nap. I always like to just sort of crash out. And if Rox is like, hey, can I put a movie on? Can I watch a Netflix movie, right? I'll be like, yeah, cool. And most kids' movies are like 90 minutes. Yeah. And then so she'll cuddle up with me. We'll grab a pillow. She'll cuddle up with me. I'll sort of like lie down on the other part of the couch, just take my hat or a pillow and just sort of like put it over my eyes. And then I crash out until the movie's done. Right. So it's a perfect 90 minutes. We get to cuddle. We're hanging out and she watches a movie and I nap. So I would say
Does she wake you when it's done? Like, is that the rule?
No, I honestly, I wake up after 90 minutes. Like I'm really good at that. Yeah. But I would say 90 minutes to me is the absolute perfect afternoon nap on like a Sunday.
Yeah, I say if I sleep anywhere for like 45 minutes or less, I wake up feeling even worse than if I didn't take a nap.
Really?
I just feel extremely groggy.
I'm telling you, caffeine naps. Have you done that
I've
yet?
tried that.
Yeah.
I'm just like so tired all the time. I've tried the caffeine nap. And have you heard of this, KD, the caffeine nap?
No, I haven't.
No, but the caffeine nap, you can't go 90 minutes though. Right? The caffeine nap like 45, right?
Okay.
If you have like 45. So
I've tried it, doesn't work.
My thing
for
is
me
that
at least.
When I'm extremely tired and I'm like, I need a nap, right? I will, instead of feeling groggy at the end of it, what I do is I'll go and I'll grab a cup of coffee and I'll just down the cup of coffee or like 3/4 of it or wherever. And then I put my head down and I crash out before the caffeine has had a chance to kick in. But then when I wake up, the caffeine is already doing its thing and you wake up and you're ready to just roll. You're ready to rock and roll, as Brian said.
Okay.
All right, Katie. Thanks so much, bro.
Hey, can I say something? Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, dude.
Man.
So we're going to the new decade, right?
Yeah.
And I just want to say, I think we need to retire Smooth Cool Dude, and instead, in the new decade, we should use Smooth Cool Boomer.
Okay, shut up, dude.
Done.
Stop it.
I love it.
I'm 45, jackass.
Thanks, Katie.
All right, love you guys.
All right,
love you too, bro.
man.
Later. What were you going to say about napping,
I was just
Maury?
going to say I sometimes do the complete opposite of the caffeine nap, and if I want a really good nap, I'll swig some NyQuil and put myself to sleep and wake up feeling amazing.
But even when you're not sick, you'll drink NyQuil?
Just for the sleep agent that's in it, then you get a good deep sleep.
So why don't you just use sleeping pills?
Well, I don't know. I just like the taste of
Like
NyQuil.
other housewives who are unhappy with their lives.
Julia asks, has Maury changed the clothes pegs that you guys use for the game Pinched? So we've been playing the Roz and Mocha original game Pinched for how many years now? 2 years. And the clothes pegs that we pin on one another, in and on the ears, in and on the mouth, in and on the chest.
The nose.
In and on the nose, body hair, underarm, like everywhere.
Yeah.
The answer to that question, Julia, is...
Hell no.
No, Maury has not. So all the clothes pegs that were used, and we discovered this real late too, and the look on Mocha's face was just absolute, like horrified. Like the idea that you would have 5 clothes pegs, so 10, say 5 on each, and Mocha was right, they're in your ears and in your nose and on your tongue and everything else. And when we're done the game, Maury would just clean them all up and put them back in the bag to use for the next time.
Yeah,
and
so
nobody realized that that's what was happening. It's so disgusting. So gross.
So I'm not playing the game until we
get new clothes pegs.
Until we get new clothes pegs.
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm
not
have to
playing
buy
again.
like 5 bags of clothes pegs.
Well, then I guess you got to buy 5 bags of clothes pegs.
No, how many clothes pegs are in a bag? You got like 40 in a bag.
Yeah, there's between 25 and 40.
You and Mocha maybe sometimes use 8 during the game.
Yeah,
right?
no, I just
You're
have to
good.
get a year's supply in advance and just put them away.
You're going to be
year's
fine.
supply.
You're going to be fine.
It's called Dollarama.
Yeah.
That's
You're
where
good.
these ones are from.
All right, next question. Morgan asks if any of us have New Year's resolutions.
Interesting. I tend not to do New Year's resolutions, and not because I want to be like above them or whatever else. I just tend to not do New Year's resolutions. That's all. Yes. But if I had to choose a New Year's resolution, I think I'm at a point now where I've never been unhealthy or out of shape, but I think now at the age that I am, I actually have to put effort into making sure that I don't become unhealthy or out of shape.
Yeah.
You know, right now I'm just regular. I have a regular body. I deal with regular amounts of physical activity.
great.
Thank you, Maury. I deal with regular amounts of physical activity, but I think now I need to just try a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and it's not a resolution. This is just like something that I knew was coming. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You
But
see
what about
it, you
old
see
dog,
it
new
coming.
tricks?
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Well, no, what do you mean?
No, I just mean like, are you too late in the game?
Too late in the game?
No,
to,
you're
to-
never
to what?
Never too late, Roz.
Thank you, Mocha.
I just mean like,
Too
is it
late?
too late to start changing your body?
Oh God, no. No. Because I can adapt to anything. I just never want to.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, anybody can adapt.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions, Maury?
I want to work on just going to the gym more. The usual want to be spend more time with Matthew if I can, if I want to.
You sound like you're being forced to say this right now.
Wow.
And
Listen, it's totally cool to not answer the question if you don't want to answer.
You don't have to lie and say you want to spend time with your husband. But more, you already go to the gym so much, man.
I know, but like maybe the whole if I go to the gym, maybe it's eating healthy kind of thing, so I don't have to.
Not
be forced.
if, it is
Well, that way
eating
I'm
healthy.
not forced into a year-end juice cleanse every year.
But you know what's so interesting though is that forced.
Matthew said, if you don't do the juice cleanse, we're not going to New York.
Okay, well, listen. Your problem is not a couple extra pounds, Maury. Okay, that's a symptom of the larger problems, which is you live with somebody who tells you that if you don't lose weight, you're not going on a trip.
On the family trip.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the problem. Gaining a few pounds is a symptom of the problem.
Wait, so if you didn't lose the weight though, right? Would Matthew go without you?
Oh, I'm sure he'll let me go. You just won't see any pictures.
Right, or there won't be any like fooling around in the hotel and all
Which
that
is my
stuff.
favorite.
Right, yeah. So are you losing weight just to have Christmas sex in New
Hotel
York?
Christmas sex,
But is that the reason why you're losing weight?
Well, it's worth it.
Yeah. Jeez, man. Could you imagine starving yourself for
So the-
3
my- no,
weeks
but my plan-
for one night of romance with the person you're married to?
And if you get to New York, you do that right away. Then you can go to, have some mac and cheese.
Yeah. It's it's so funny.
Wow,
though.
goals, huh?
Yeah, goals, right? Jesus, man. It's interesting with straight couples and gay couples because, guys are very visual. Guys are, they have a certain, whether you're gay or straight, you're attracted to the same thing where when you're married to a woman, like Catherine I don't even know if Catherine has ever even made a comment about my body. Like, I don't even know, like in any sort of even remotely negative way. Because it's not what women fall in love with, like they may like it in aesthetics and everything else, but that's not the thing that keeps them around, right?
Yeah.
Like it's everything else.
Could you imagine?
It's your sarcasm and your sense of humor and your comfort and your camaraderie and your partnership. All this other stuff is above whether I've gained 10 pounds.
Like, can you imagine if you went home and Catherine said to you, listen, we have this amazing family vacation plan,
Yeah.
but you can't go until you drop X amount of pounds.
Yeah.
You're going on a juice cleanse.
Yeah, I would not stop laughing until next year. I would find it hysterical. Now, Catherine can say very much, hey, listen, you're 45 and, you've lived a life less ordinary filled with, alcohol and everything else. Maybe not have fries with every meal, right? And maybe could you try to work out just for your health reasons because we want you around for as long as we possibly can.
Ooh, but no fries with every meal?
She can say that, right? She could say that.
What about the stat you once said that there's no 90-year-old 6'3" people?
Well, that's a whole other thing. But no, she watched me last night. I had 4 tacos and chili fries.
Oh, yum.
Bruh.
Delicious.
Right? Oh my God, dinner was so good last
How
night.
quickly did it take for you to fall asleep, like pass out?
Oh, we put on, it's so terrible. I'm so predictable because I'll sit beside her. I'm like, hey, babes, look at us. We're just like chilling. We're watching Netflix, everything else. And then eventually my body just starts to slide down the couch. and I put my head on a pillow and she goes, here we go. Right? And I go, what? She's like, I'm going to be watching the show that you picked alone in about 5 minutes. Right? And I go, no, you won't. And then the next day, she's like, hey, do you want to finish watching that show? And I go, yeah, but you got to fill me in. She's like, why do I got to fill you in? I'm like, because I fell asleep 5 minutes into it. Because I hide my face, right? So she doesn't know. She doesn't
check in going, are you still awake?
No.
She doesn't hit you?
No. I'm very good at answering questions out of a dead sleep, right? I'm very good. I will always hear just that one thing that happened on the show as I'm coming to, and I just repeat what the character said, right? So like I'll be sound asleep, and Catherine will go, oh my God, and I'll wake up and go, oh my God, I knew it was the father.
That's a great trick.
Right? That's what I do. And then I just close my eyes again. I'm like, I'm good for another 10.
Oh my God, scissors in the eyes. I knew it.
Yes, right? So I got really, really good at that. But no, I think that when it comes to your health, you're sort of responsible for it. Now, if your motivation is to just do it for aesthetics so your partner finds you physically attractive, then that's a whole other reason. I just don't live that life. I don't think you live that life, Mocha,
not at all.
right? No. Like if you packed on 30 pounds, let's just say, I don't think Jen is going to look at you any differently.
No, not at all. And
Right.
she was, sure as hell would not make me go on a friggin' juice cleanse.
But it would be nice to button up my suit jacket.
No, then do it for you. I'm saying you can do anything you want to do it for you, but you're in a relationship where that physical, that sort of aesthetic, right? It has to be appealing to the eye is what both of you, both being men, are both attracted to.
Of course.
Right? Yes, of course. Yes.
But I say you like, I have my dad's body. Sorry.
Right. Wow. Does that turn him on? God.
Frank's body?
Yeah. Maury's like, hey, listen, you married my dad's body. Is
so weird.
Is Matthew then like, get those pants off now? Bring Frank's body over here.
Shannon says here, or asks, what's the best random act of kindness you've received?
Oh, received.
I guess like what, ever? Or just most recently?
Recently, I dropped a glove and someone behind me was like, excuse me, you dropped your glove.
But that's not like a random act of kindness. That's just somebody being polite.
No, I guess somebody could have stole his glove, but I don't know what you do with one glove at that point.
I don't know about like ever. I know like most recently when I went to the Tim Hortons drive-thru that I go to every morning, the guy, I think it was like last Friday maybe, he didn't take my money. He was like, no worries, just have a nice day. That's on me. And I was like, oh man, thanks, that's so nice.
I got one more on the flight home. The steward that was going around giving everybody their water.
The steward?
Isn't
Like there was more than one steward?
The stewardess, Stewart.
Oh, the steward. Not Stewart.
I was like, who's Stewart?
I thought it was Stewart.
Okay,
Yeah, so the steward.
Yeah, so Stewart.
The steward gave me free wine, free Pepsi,
Pause.
and an iPad.
Do you know anybody named Stewart?
Yeah, a couple people. Yeah.
Thinking about it now.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody named Stewart. No.
Never met a Stewart? Stu?
Yeah.
You never met a Stu?
Oh yeah,
You
there's
work
one.
with a
Yeah.
steward.
There's one that works here in our production department.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
Stewart.
yeah. So one. All right. So anyway, sorry, you're hanging out with somebody named Stewart.
The steward gave me free wine, free pizza, and an iPad to watch a movie on.
Hold on a
And then
second.
sat with me and talked to me.
Yeah.
No. I know how this goes.
Okay.
You, as Maury Sherman, real life, Damnit Maurie that we know, probably called the airline.
This time you're wrong.
And said, as you pretended, we've heard the story of your pretend agent, Mark Bentley, that will call places to get you free stuff to say, hey, my client, very important, big shot. He's going to be flying with your airline if you want to throw him a couple of things.
It's his birthday.
Yeah.
No, this time, no. The steward had a bit of a crush.
You think he was flirting with you?
He was flirting.
How many people were on the plane? Was it packed flight?
No, there's like maybe 7 people.
Oh.
So Stewart was being polite. Again, polite versus random act of kindness.
Well, you didn't have to give me the wine, pizza, and iPad.
I don't know if anybody's ever done anything kind for me.
What?
Oh, that's not true.
No, I don't have that face.
Yeah.
No,
come
I don't
on.
have the face that somebody wants to help out or do something nice for. Like I've never been in line where somebody's paid for something in front of me.
Oh, really?
No, I've never experienced that. Like I'll get stuff for free, right?
Yeah.
But it's never. I don't think anybody ever does it just to be kind. I don't
Well,
know.
that's unfortunate. Maybe you're drinking in public and somebody decided not to call the
Let's
cops.
let's not talk
Bro,
about me drinking in public.
Why are you
snitch.
always snitching
Why
on
you-
the guy?
Why you gotta
like every
snitch
single
like that?
podcast? I'm sure you've snitched on him like at least once.
Like you're the worst.
You really are.
No, I
and
was
then
just
on the
trying to
live
give you
radio show, you snitch all the time. Like it's surprising.
Snitching if it's something you've already talked about.
No, you talked about one time where I drink in public before I get on. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, I won't do that this
No,
time.
I don't need you to know that stuff. And then you wonder why I don't tell you things. Because you're a snitch.
Yeah, you really are the biggest snitch I know.
Yeah, oh, you're a huge snitch. And I bet you've always been a snitch too, weren't you? You were a snitch when you were younger, right?
No. I wanted friends then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when they didn't want to be friends with you,
no, you snitched.
You snitched on them, didn't you?
No, I never snitched on. No, not at high school. No.
Nothing?
No, not at all. No.
Really? I
Who
find
am I
that
going to
hard
snitch
to
on in
believe.
high school?
Okay, outside of Roz, other than Roz right now,
Mm-hmm.
who else recently have you snitched on?
I think I snitched on my own husband.
To
who?
I think like a coworker or something. When I was like,
what?
To one of his chatting with one of his coworkers, he was home for lunch and was running late, and I messaged going, "He's still here."
Oh my God!
Wow!
Nobody put your fat ass on his shoes cleanse. Oh damn!
God, I would lose my mind. I really would, man. I would I would.
I can't believe you did that
No.
to your own husband.
No.
Oh my God! All right, Tanya asks, do you want your child to grow up more like you or more like your significant other?
I would say overall more like Catherine.
I would also say overall, not more like Catherine, but I would
Yes.
want our son to grow up more like Jenna.
Right.
Because would it be bad for you to say that you want them to be like you?
No, not at all. Not at all. I hope that she gets, like, here's my thing though, is that I want her to have Catherine's overall disposition and demeanor and just always leading with kindness, because that is what Catherine is. She is first and foremost, out of anything, all the things that she is, she's a kind person who is a helping individual, and she's the most empathetic person I've ever met in my life. And so I hope Roxy has that, but then there's parts of me that I really wish that she has as well, but I would sacrifice all of those if it meant one or the other. Like if they had to take on all of the personality traits from one of the parents, I would 100% say go with all of those as opposed to all of these.
Does she ever do like a bad Roz trait and you're like, don't do that?
No, not really. No, because she's a kind kid, right? Like she doesn't, she doesn't try and screw people over, and she doesn't lie, and she doesn't, and she's like a very empathetic kid already, which is really great. She's extremely compassionate.
We found out on, I think it was on Friday or on Thursday, our son Cruz, who's 2, lied. Like, this is the first time that we found out that he lied for the first time to his teacher.
His teacher.
To his teacher. Because he pooped in his diaper.
That's not a lie. Oh, okay, here we go.
Here's
Here
where the
we
lie
go.
comes in, all right?
Yeah. Oh, no.
So he's in training undies, right?
Oh, no.
So the teacher said to him, Cruz, did you do a poo?
Yeah.
And like, what we were told is without skipping a beat, he said no, and he pointed to another kid in the class and said, so-and-so did it.
No.
Yeah.
So it was like he's wearing it though, right?
Yeah.
Like he's wearing it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
he
it's
was
not
like,
it's
no,
not,
so-and-so did it.
So it's not like he changed, cleaned up the evidence, and
No,
then
no,
pointed-
no, no,
So
no, no.
he's wearing poo.
Like
at this
he had the
point.
poo in
there.
his training undies.
Okay,
And
yes.
the teacher said,
And still
Cruz,
blamed it.
did you poo? And he was
Yeah.
like, nope, so-and-so did it.
No, that other
I
kid
was
did
like,
it.
oh,
But
no,
the smell's following Cruz
Kids-
everywhere.
I know.
But Maury, what you don't understand is all kids smell eventually in that class. You know what I mean? Like everybody reeks.
some point.
So not only did he lie, but he pointed the finger.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
that's
Are you
next level.
secretly proud?
No,
That's
I don't want my
not-
kid to be a snitch. First of all, don't be a snitch like Maury.
Look at Maury's so proud. Maury's proud of your kid.
High five,
And don't
Cruz.
freaking lie, dude.
Yeah, it's
Like,
so funny.
come on.
We have this conversation all the time about snitching where I'm always like, I'll tell Rox, I'm like, listen, man, you got to stop snitching. And Catherine's like, it's not snitching, it's telling the truth and being responsible. And I'm like, yeah, but there's a fine line between what those situations are. And she's like, yeah, but this situation, I'm like, that kind of sounds like snitching. And Catherine's like, no, that is telling the truth and being responsible. It's called being honest. She's like, don't tell the kid not to snitch. And I'm like, so we have that argument all the time now. right? And I'm like, still snitching. Right? And then what happens? Roxy snitches on me, right?
Dad said.
Yeah, exactly. No, I told you this. I've said this before. She'll always walk over to my computer and she looks at whatever I'm looking at, and she's like, "Do you need a?" And then she just starts shouting it out loud. Right? And I'm like, "Listen, man.
You need another large bag of fertilizer?"
Yeah. And I'm like, get out of here. And then her favorite thing, always, her biggest troll that she does is I'll be on my computer and she will just walk by and go, "Dad, what does add to cart mean?" And then, of course, Catherine yells, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Nothing." And she's
buying another bag of fertilizer for the lawn.
Like, I was looking at something. I have no privacy in my house. I was looking at something yesterday. Just what I saw something and I clicked on it, right? And then Catherine walked by and she's like, "You are not spending $40 on a box of cereal." Right? But like I had no intention of spending $40 on a box. I was just looking
part
at
of a story that you were reading.
Part of a
Cereal's
story that I
$40.
don't know. It was just like something I was interested in. And then you know what? I lost interest immediately and I closed the page.
Oh man.
Because I got accused of spending $40 on cereal. Like I have no privacy in my house. And it's by design, but still I have no privacy in my house.
Candace has a great question, and this is just about the show. How do you guys decide / figure out who says what or who handles what part of the show / interviews? It always feels so smooth, and you guys don't talk over each other, but it never feels rehearsed. So curious how you plan out the show behind the scenes.
Oh God, I would say that as far as all that stuff goes, we're planning all those things up behind the scenes. That stuff isn't planned out behind the scenes. I think that you just develop a rhythm, and there's a definite rhythm to the show. And I know Mocha well enough to know when he's going to say something and sort of when he's done saying what he's saying. And I think that that's just, you understand how people talk.
Yeah.
And it's just it's like being in a band, you know, and I always say this, I'm like, this show is like being in a band where everybody sort of plays, we're all great musicians, everybody plays a different instrument, but when you're great musicians, you can just walk into a room with other great musicians and start jamming, and nobody's going to try and do what the other person does, because that's just not my instrument, right? It's just everything just sort of all works together, and that takes practice. Like any great band, it takes practice. And so what you're hearing when, you know, it sounds effortless, or we're not talking over each other, or there's always a punchline or whatever it is, it's just practice from doing the show for all these years.
Yeah, I would say everything just kind of flows real natural because, as you said, like we all know each other pretty well. So we know how we're going to react to things. We all know generally how someone or what someone's going to say.
Yeah.
So it's just nothing is rehearsed by no means.
No.
Everything is just takes its natural course.
Yeah.
Faoud asks, what's something you collected as a kid? Did you think that what you collected would be worth something someday, and is it?
I didn't really have a collection as a kid. I know Maury did. Maury, you collected what, like stamps?
I collected, because I continued my grandfather's stamp collection, right? So it was always cool when I'd go over and he'd babysit me that he would, all right, let's put the stamps in the thing. So I continued that on, and then when he passed, I was given his stamp collection.
But Maury also collects like Hard Rock Cafe shot
you don't know
glasses.
but that was older.
Subway tickets from over the years.
But when I was a kid, and I still have my collections, I had a sticker collection.
Yeah.
And I had like
Puffy stickers.
What's that?
Remember Puffy stickers?
I still have them in the binder.
In a sticker book.
Yeah,
my
and
mom bought me a
Chiquita
sticker
banana
book one time, and I
stickers.
was like, "What the hell am I a sticker book for?"
And did you use it?
No.
The best were the scratch and sniff ones.
No. Yeah, I used to love a scratch and sniff.
So toxic.
It's so toxic. It's just chemicals. It was all just oil. Like that's all it was, right?
And garbage pail cards.
Yeah. Did you have a collection, Mocha, of anything?
Not really. Like I had like wrestling action figures.
So did I, but they were toys.
But they were
right?
toys.
Yeah.
There was one time in my life where I thought making the investment was the smart thing to do.
Okay.
It was when I was working at the Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And the Star Wars prequels came out.
Oof.
And they had just released the toys. In the toy section, they had all the toys on display. And I went and I picked one of each.
Yeah.
And I bought them. I spent,
a lot.
A lot of money, dude. Yeah. Like I probably spent that weekend's paycheck.
Yeah, that's like hundreds of dollars, like a couple $100.
And I was like, one of these days, this collection is going to be worth something.
And
I still have them in the Bay bag, wrapped up. They still have like the price stickers on them and everything. But I have like the, what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson's character, Mace Windu.
Yeah.
I have Anakin, I believe, as a kid and as Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
And I have Darth Maul, and I have Queen Amidala, and I believe a Jar Jar Binks. Man, those things ain't worth nothing.
No, they're not worth anything.
Because everybody hated those prequels.
Yes.
Hated.
Right.
So what are you going to do with them?
Yeah. No, they just hang out with
They're
them.
like actually like in my parents' basement still.
Yeah. That's the problem is when you gamble on the wrong thing, right? You gamble on the wrong thing and you can spend a lot of money. Ask more. You can spend a lot of money gambling on the wrong thing.
I'm just waiting for several artists to die so I can have some money.
Yeah. Which artists are you waiting, hopefully? Which artists, if they died, do you think you would most benefit from?
Well, we bought, like when we were on a cruise ship to a cruise to Alaska, we bought a piece of art from this guy Krasnyansky, and he's 93. I'm like, please die already.
But would it go up in value, do you think, if he died?
Maybe by a little bit. Right now it's worth like $900.
But like,
or something.
which piece do you have in your house right now of a known artist that if they died, you think you would benefit the most from?
Oh, probably the spray paint cans from Mr. Brainwash.
So you think that if Brainwash died, that those would be worth more?
Wait a minute, but that painting that you bought, right?
On the cruise ship?
Yeah, like would it even be worth anything if it was, like, was it an original that they were selling?
It's a numbered print.
Cruise
Oh,
ship?
God, here we go with the prints.
So it's a numbered print. So you
Roz
bought
calls them photocopies.
So you bought a photocopy on a cruise ship that you're hoping that this 90-year-old, that when he dies, is going to be worth what? Thousands?
I'm hoping.
How much did you pay for it?
I think at the time we paid like $1,500.
You paid
$1,500? Hold on.
for it?
Wait, but then you
But
just
the thing
said
is, when you go on these cruise ships, they and you go to the art auctions, they give you champagne. You feel like you're.
You went to an auction on a cruise ship?
All cruise ships have art auctions.
Wait, stop.
Yeah,
but
it's a
didn't you
thing.
just say that it's worth $900 now?
Yeah, I think it went down in value because there was a whole story in the news on how this
Because
art.
it's a photocopy piece of paper.
Well, no, the thing, the
because
story
what?
was this company that does the art auctions rips people off.
So hold on. Wait a second here, Maura. You got ripped off at an art auction on a cruise ship?
Yeah.
No. So wait, so you paid $1,500 for a print. And then, like at auction, like were you guys like putting up paddles and stuff?
Yeah,
like
and
this?
then we had to go sit.
bidding?
Then we had to go sit in a back office with the guy signing paper and stuff. Matthew almost spent more on a photocopy of a Salvador Dali.
Oh my God. How much was that worth?
$8,000. Matthew's, but he was drunk on champagne. He's like, "Oh, wouldn't that look fabulous in our home?" And I'm like, "I can't let you do that
Oh
one."
my God. I got drunk at a silent auction one time. It was the worst.
And?
Oh God. I came home with, I told Catherine, Catherine wasn't with me, and I wrote her, and I think she was pregnant still. Like it was very early on in this show, even. Maybe it was before the show. But I wrote her and I was like, I need you to unlock the door for me. I'm on my way home. And she's like, what did you do? And I was like, I'm in a taxi van with stuff that I got from an art auction. And she's like, what did you do? And I was like, I don't know. And then so I got home and I unloaded this huge, hideous brown leather ottoman that was about like 8 feet long. And we don't have the room for that in the house. I had a full tool set from Black & Decker that's on wheels. Okay?
Yeah.
That I won. And then the other thing I had was like this glassware set, but it was weird because I thought it was a full set, but what it was one set. So it was one cup,
like dinner
one
for one.
plate. Yeah, it was dinner for one.
You got the single person
I got
dining set?
Yes. I got the dinner for one dishware set, which I paid the most for that.
How much? Can you remember?
Oh,
like in
it was
total?
hundreds. I was into this auction, this stupid charity silent auction, because you just walk around and write your name on things.
Not thinking that you're actually going to win.
Hell no, because there's rich people there.
Yeah.
Right? But obviously,
they didn't want the dinner for one.
Nobody wanted a crap set of tools for $400. Nobody wanted this hideously ugly brown ottoman that I probably paid about like $200-$300 for.
Yeah.
I paid $500 for dinner for one.
So right there, you're $1,200.
Because in my head I was about $1,200-$1,300 deep, right?
Do you have any of that still?
No, I sold the big brown ugly ottoman at a yard sale at our house for $40.
Stop it.
That the person never came to pick up, by the way. So it went back into storage, and I sold it the year after that for $20.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the worst. So silent auctions, like any of those charity things, I just stay away from now because they do them at the end of the night when everybody's hammered, and I was hammered, and I was just walking around putting my name on everything. I put my name on everything with $1
Like,
price.
in your head,
had nobody else bid on anything, I would have owed them like $20,000, right? Because I put my name on everything. I'm like, that's cool, $100. That's cool, $100.
Like
Whatever.
in your mind, while you were drunk, did you like the ottoman?
No, honestly, more. I didn't even sit on it. Right?
You didn't even look at it.
No, there was a giant thing of tools there. I never opened it.
You just put your name down.
I just put my name down because it's fun, right? And then you feel like you've won. Oh my God, I won!
But it all goes to charity.
Yeah, but it all goes to charity. But then you give them the credit card number, and you're like, oh God, can you do half and half on this one, and like half on
Start spreading out all your credit cards.
half on that one.
Every week we'll post on Instagram at Kiss925. Ask Roz and Mocha. That is where you can ask your question, and hopefully it'll get answered on the following podcast that you listen to. And of course, we try our very best to get people on to ask their questions live. Thank you for listening. This has been the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Powered by Air Transat. Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
Kiss925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.